Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Maine Sim Racing League. We are here at the world of racing, basically, where no matter what you do, you can find some form of race going on here. Daytona International Speedway. It's fast, it's very fast, and it's a lot of left-hand turns. I'm here once again this week with the wonderful Jim Cunningham. So we'll be having a fantastic time. And as you can see, Daytona. Who doesn't love the Daytona? So 100 laps in the next gen cars. So a little different for these guys. We're on a track slightly bigger than the less than half mile or around half mile tracks we've been on the last while. So lots of fun. New car for this series, and going to be moving forward pretty quickly. With that, Jim, how's it been going for you?
Good, man. I'm excited. This is Super Bowl Sunday. If anybody's watching this at another time, so it's a big day. You know, everybody's getting geared up for the Super Bowl, and we've got the Daytona 250 here before the Super Bowl. Should be a lot of fun. We're in sunny Florida. For you guys up in Maine, should be nice for you to be down here in this weather.
And for me too. It's
yes.
minus 17 here right now.
Yeah, that's a good reason to be sim racing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've seen minus temperatures once, I think, ever in my life. Yeah, so yeah. Well, I'm sure you have. There's, well, you're in what part of Canada are you in?
I'm up in Alberta.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
Western Canada. It's nice and chilly. We're like I said, minus 17 today, and I think it's supposed to get to minus 30 next weekend. So.
Oh my goodness!
Yay!
Yeah, that's no. We had snow the other day for the first time in like 10 years. It was brutal. So
snow today.
So I guess we're finishing up this practice session. I think we got just a few more minutes, and then we're going to go into single car qualifying, and we're going to be able to talk about each driver. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a little different for us. I know the biggest thing we typically deal with is, everyone kind of hops in, and we don't usually cover a ton when it comes to our the qualifying for Nascar, because it's, NASCAR, it's pretty easy going. But we decided to change it up for this one, and we are going to go one at a time. So based on points, so we will run through the points as we continue on with qualifying. You'll kind of see who's where. We'll give a little rundown of how the points have been going so far, and we'll get a nice little information packet about each driver, which will be lots of fun, and we can get a little connected with these guys. So we will have quali starting right away here. I think we've got the last couple seconds, so we will hop in with those guys first as they kind of make their way into that first set here. I believe we should have, so based on our point system, we should have Joey Israelison, who should be our first guy man out. See how accurate our points that we have is, hopefully.
Right.
There we go. Okay, we are correct. So we will start with Joey Israelison. He has been racing in the past with this league for the Maine Sim Racing Series, on and off for several years. Unfortunately, he's coming off a season-long suspension. But he's back, and we're enjoying it. He's obviously driving very well. He's currently leading the points. In 2013, he ran in the iRacing Pro Series. In 2019, he was the Beach Ridge Mad Bomber Champion and Rookie of the Year.
Say that 3 times fast.
Oh, so I can't say it once slow. He's also most recently competed in the Street Stock Division at Oxford's Plains Speedway. Getting as many top 3s as possible is his season's goal. So sponsors for him: Connolly's Plumbing and Heating, Levitt Racing, Lakeside Graphics, and JJ Racing. So he will be our first one as he makes his way around. Sort of this first lap on his way out and about. He's going to come through, and this will be his first fast lap, if you will. We'll see how he runs through, because obviously usually lap 2 is where you get your highest speed. You're still kind of getting these cars up to speed, I find. So this will be one of the tactics you'll see a lot of guys take, is they'll stay high for one lap, kind of get the car a little warmed up, stay out of the risk of bumping down off of the yellow lines or anything like that. Reduce chances of spinning out, and then really push that second lap.
Yeah, when you get these cars for this track, they really, it takes a full lap plus to get them wound all the way up and running that high groove, and then you kind of dive it towards the bottom there to start your lap, your main lap off, and it'll gain you a couple of tenths just by doing that, and you'll probably see them. A lot of the guys finish crossing the finish line, diving down on the apron, just trying to pick up an extra tenth or so there. These cars are so evenly matched, and there's not a lot of, everybody just, you're going to hug the bottom, hug the yellow line all the way around, especially. And, so anything you can do to pick up a tenth or something is a big deal here, because I imagine this whole field won't be separated by very much at all.
No, it's going to be very, very close. Usually, at least off the start, you will get things that happen. Obviously, cautions, all that kind of fun stuff. We'll hopefully avoid the big one this year this race if we're lucky. But 100 laps as he comes through for his final lap time, and we'll see what he ends up with. He came out with a 50.88 on that first lap and a 50.26.
There you
So
go.
obviously, he will have provisional pole, but there'll be one or two drivers to come after that.
Yeah, so, and Joey's been fun to watch. They'll probably let the other guy go here and let him start his warm-up lap as Joey's cooling down, more than likely.
Yeah.
So who's our next driver going to be?
We should have coming up next is going to be Adam Jocelyn. So he should be our next driver here, the 83 car of Adam Jocelyn. He's currently second in the points with 127. I forgot to mention Joey Israelson is currently first with 131. So Adam Jocelyn is a multi-time champion in the sim racing world. He was the champion of the Maine sim racing series, Thunder and Pro Series divisions last year. He also achieved the championship in the Tater Chip Racing Series, and in 2023 was the LST Motorsports Park Wing Kart Champion. In 2024, the Bartlett Bridge Raceway Wing Kart Champion, and he's hoping to win another championship this year. Seeing his speed in the practices is definitely something that is very possible. And Mr. Adam Jocelyn is sponsored by Proline 4s, ODOT, IDOT Photos, Sandy Haley Photography, Trick Olympic Racing Chassis, RPM, and the House of Speed. So that wonderful little 83 car. Isn't it? I do love these cars. The new next gens, they just look nice. They may not be the best, but in comparison, some people don't like them as much as the previous iterations. But they just look nice.
That's interesting. He has 88 on his car, but I think his official number is 83.
83.
That 88 he's running is, of course, everybody, that was Dale Jr.'s number. That's, so that may be where that came from. But yeah, so he is running. Looks like he's going to be in the 88 car, if you're watching. So let's see where he put a
nice flyer on there.
Yeah, he did.
50.32, so he's going to currently hold on to P2, and we'll be heading to Tyler Connolly next. He will be our next runner, as he is getting ready for his first flying laps here. So once again, taking that high outside line, driving fast, taking names, all that fun stuff. And we will, where is he?
Well, he's running that old Tide livery that is, if you're an old NASCAR fan, of course, a lot of guys ran it. Oh, it's nice. It's like a chromed out Tide livery.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty slick.
Yeah, it does. That looks really good, actually. Darrell Waltrip used to drive the Tide livery, and he's got Tide and Downey on the car there. That's a nice looking paint job.
Yeah, for sure. And Tyler Connolly in the wonderful 11 car we have today. He is another veteran of the league, the son of Ed Connolly, who also does drive here. He also races in real life at Oxford Plains Speedway in the Mad Bomber division. Won Rookie of the Year this year. I believe that would be 2024, not 2025, since this year just started. He hopes to continue his success in real life here on iRacing server by winning some races at the Oxford Plains Speedway. So hopefully when we get there, he'll have himself a great one. And his main sponsor, Connolly's Plumbing and Heating, which makes some sense.
It does.
Yeah, the whole gang is here, I believe. We also have it's Ed Connolly, and we also have who's the other Connolly? I know we have another one. Why can I not think of his name off the top of my head? Maybe it's not Connolly on the other name. Someone else is like his brother-in-law or something as well. As Connolly pulls out P1 with a 50.25.
That's
So
yeah, that's a nice lap.
That is a fantastic lap, usurping Israelson and Jocelyn there to grab onto P1 as we head into our next driver, Rick Thompson Jr.
What's another nice looking shiny paint job there?
Oh, this is well, before I say what it is, I should make sure it's matching our trading paints, because that'd be a little awkward. Nope, it is definitely the same one. Okay, so that, as you can see, is the Dirty Dicks.
Yeah,
I
don't have
Dirty Dicks.
I don't.
Oh my god! Oh, it's a crab house. Okay, wow, that's a name. I appreciate it. That's hilarious.
Dirty Dick's Crab House, huh?
Dirty Dick's Crab House.
Yeah. Well, I bet they have. I'm sure
I hope they got real good stuff.
I'm assuming they're in Maine, so they probably do. A lot of good fresh seafood in Maine, man. I got up there last year or a couple of years ago in that area. Fantastic seafood. Well, lobster rolls. You're not too far from there. Well, you're probably closer than I am, actually.
Yeah, and so Rick, this will be his first year with the league. He's shown lots of promise in practice events. And in 2023, he was the Mainly Estates champion, as well as the Rookie of the Year in the Limited Sportsman Division at Oxford Plains Speedway. And just like everybody else, he's hoping to win.
That's
fair.
That's a very famous series there at Oxford Plains. That's an iconic racetrack up in the Northeast up there.
Nice. It sounds like a lot of fun at the very least.
Yeah, man, that's grassroots Northeast racing right there. That's what they do. So let's see, where is his final time there? He had
that puts him on pole as well there at a 50.23. Getting himself up into pole.
Yeah, nice run.
Phenomenal. And then Brian Conover is our next driver there in the 97. Brian Conover.
I keep missing him with these cameras. I'm trying to get a good look at that paint job.
So he's raced with the league for a few years, and every season slowly getting better. He races in real life in the Mad Bomber division at Oxford Plains Speedway, and he wants to continue his growth and just do better than last year, and currently is unfortunately unsponsored.
The Mad Bomber division, man, that's true grassroots racing right there. It is. I don't know if you are familiar with the short track stuff, but Mad Bombers are like the, they take basically like probably stock like 4-cylinder cars, and they basically strip them out, put a roll cage in them and stuff, and get out there and just they hammer on each other. They beat and bang. It's really fun racing to watch. It's a great entry level for people. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. That sounds like a blast, actually. It reminds me of the good old Crash to Pass back in the day when I was back home in middle of nowhere, BC. Sounds like that kind of style racing.
Yeah, that's super popular, not horribly expensive. You work on your own gear. It's yeah. So what did he do?
Comes through for his lap, and he pulls in the pole.
Nice.
50.22. Man, they are.
I tell you what, it's weird. They're getting faster and faster.
Track's starting to come in.
Maybe that's entirely possible. Let's see what.
All right, and then on to Matt Mingo. He's rocking it looks like a Rehab Monster energy drink, Fresh Recover Revive, which is always fantastic. I do love those.
All these guys have these nice looking chromed out paint jobs in this series.
So good. So good.
They are awesome. Look at it. Of course, this is a big race for these guys. This is their, this is their Daytona.
And So Matt Mingo, he's raced the league for a few years, classifies himself as just a weekly weapon on iRacing. He is a Wiscasset Speedway's tech director's son. Interesting. And recently participated in Wiscasset Speedway's Fall Fury 150 lap endurance race and absolutely destroyed an Altima and is very proud of it. His goal is to get good finishes and not wreck. He is sponsored by Bingo's Barbecue and KHM. I mean, hey, nothing like destroying a Nissan Altima, I guess.
That's awesome. Yeah, they, and of course, the tech director, for those of you who might not know, that's the guy at the local racetrack or at any racetrack, who's in charge of making sure that the cars meet the specifications for that particular series. Let's see, he put up a 50.90 on his first lap. Yeah, so the tech director, he just makes sure everybody adheres to the rules. And so that must mean that he's very familiar with automobiles, being that his dad is the tech director. That means his dad knows a little bit of everything.
Which would definitely help when you're putting together a race car.
So Matt
Mingo does go with a 526, so he is right up there just behind his Rielson. They had to go to the thousands for that one.
Slotted in there at third right now.
As we move on, so our next driver, Dan DeSanto, in the 86 car. He is from, actually, I've been to where he's from. Randomly, I ended up with a cross-country meetup in Bangor, Maine. That's where I had my first lobster, actually. He is an original league member, started racing enduro cars in 2002, worked at Unity Raceway from 2001 to 2005 on the infield crew, and hopes to win one race, finished top 10 in the points. His sponsors right now are DeSanto's Drywall and Paint, DeSanto's Farms, and Black Flagged Podcast.
Bangor, Maine, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I may be wrong about this, I'm kind of known as the guy with a bunch of useless trivia in his head. So let's see real quick. I'll see. He put up 50.34 on his outlap. That's pretty quick.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that Stephen King lives. Yeah, I believe he lives in Bangor, Maine, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting.
Yeah,
it's a nice little town, though. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know he's up there in Maine somewhere, and I'm pretty sure it's Bangor. I might be wrong about that, but I think it was.
Nice. Well, DeSanto comes through. Let's see what his time ends up with a 50.28. So right now, our difference between first and sixth is 6/10. They're 600ths of a second. So
wow,
nice and close up there. Yeah, they're real tight. Getting a little close, and we'll move on to the Klondike wielding.
Yes.
58 of David Greenleaf. He's been with the league since it commenced. He races super streets and street stocks at Wiscasset Speedway. Is moving up to the modifieds this coming season. A very tough competitor that loves to push the limits every chance he can. His sponsor being Primo Glass and Vape. So David Greenleaf having himself a fantastic season so far. He's gone through his first sort of outlap here, 50.77. So obviously he's going to be a little faster. That's taken on the outside lane, kind of getting the engine tires all warmed up, getting everything good to go. And we'll see what he is going to come through as he's almost on his way in here. He is going to stay above the apron, which is interesting.
Yeah, some people aren't comfortable with the transition.
Mm-hmm.
When you jump down off that apron, it can unsettle the car, and it could be with his setup. Maybe he just doesn't like the way it feels. So we slotted in sixth there right now.
Yeah, he's sixth place, 50.27. And then next up, we are going to hop over to Matthew Vinal in his 84. I believe that's the 84 car.
Oh, that's another Dirty Dick's car.
Yeah, Nerdy Dicks, we're going crab shacking.
I mean, if
I'd
you're
be okay with it. Let's go.
I mean, if you're gonna get some crabs, you might as well get them from Dirty Dick's.
So Matthew Bennett, he's raced with the league in the past, raced for 7 years, mainly at Oxford Plains Speedway. For 6 of those years in their former division known as the Outlaw. In 2023, came just shy of his first championship, got his first career win, many trophies, including a second win. In 2025, he's venturing into Wiscasset Speedways. I'm going to eventually say that one correctly the first time.
Right.
Speedway's strictly street division, and he's hoping to finish every race he runs, no matter the position or how many laps down. His main sponsor being Wright Motorsports 8412.
Well, that's certainly a good goal to have. If you finish them all for the season, you'll fare well in the points for sure. So many of those guys don't finish those races. That's a good theory.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good philosophy for iRacing as well.
Yeah, so he's come through in a 50.99 his first lap. And we'll see as he does dip onto the apron there. We'll see where he actually ends up getting himself.
I like the green wheels on that car. Easy to spot the difference between the two of them.
Exactly. Got to get yourself a little bit of extra change, if you will. Something a little different. And we will now be hopping over to Ed Connolly. So for those who didn't know, we did talk about his son earlier. So Ed Connolly has raced in the league for a couple seasons now and is always one to be battling hard. He used to race Wildcats in the now closed Beach Ridge Motor Speedway. His sponsor being Connolly's Plumbing and Heating. Don't know much about them.
Not surprised. Not surprised that Ed Connolly is sponsored by Connolly.
Who would have guessed? Eh?
Yeah.
Let me shocked and surprised.
Oh, Ed's just a, straight black car. I like that. He's just kind of the Intimidator style, just black. No sponsors, nothing fancy. Blacked out wheels, kind of looks like a CIA vehicle or something.
Yeah, they need to throw up the allow you to change it so you can have the tinted front window too.
Yeah,
right. So you just really can't see it. Just go full shadow car.
Right. Yeah, that'd be funny. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty cool looking car though. I mean it's nice, black, shiny. The one thing I don't like about these next gen cars, by the way, he slotted in at 50.74 on that first lap. One thing I don't like is I don't like how far the side numbers are forward on these next gen cars, the way they're set up.
Mm-hmm.
It just leaves too big of a gap to me. It needs to be
more centered.
Yeah, he got down on the apron coming out of the turn. I think that's going to affect his time a little bit.
Well, he does hop up a little bit, so he is in P9 with a 50.37. So doing all right.
I think he would have done better there. He got on the apron as he was coming out of turn 4 there, and I think it could have upset his car just a little bit. And that cost you, anything you do with this track cost you a tenth or something.
Oh yeah. Well, and we have our next driver here in Dustin Pickle. So he is another rookie for the league. He's a crew member at the 10 NH late models, for the number 10 NH late model, and he has been doing this for 12 years. He's a growing sim racer and wants to be more competitive. His sponsors are New Car. Another new rookie for this one, which is always fun. Great that they're growing and getting new guys in all the time.
No, that's awesome. At this point, sim racing is, it's really beneficial. I mean, so many pro race car drivers sim race as well. Even what you might call the best in the world, like the Formula One guys and stuff. Most of those guys sim race. I mean, there's 20 of them out there, and I know probably half of them sim race.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh, the ongoing sort of joke is you've got Max Verstappen taking the days of races and stuff, hopping into the sim to do other things, which is always entertaining.
That's crazy, man. He got in trouble for that, which I don't think he should have, but I don't think it was, he had a bad race. but I don't think it was because he had sim raced that morning or whatever. But they fussed at him about it.
The Nuremberg 24-hour. He hopped into the sim just between qualifying and the actual race. I do love that. So Team Redline, which is his team, they granted him a release from them for their main series that they do. Sorry, Dustin Pickle just put in a 50-23 to put himself up into P2 there.
Nice run.
A phenomenal run there for Dustin Pickle. So great job by him holding on to that P2. 3 guys within 0.02 of a second, which is impressive. But yeah, they on the release in regards to him, they actually said that they're allowing him a break so they can go continue his hobby of F1 racing.
Yes. You know, I love Max. You know, I mean, he's so he's just so regular guy as he can be. You know what I mean? Like, there's no. He grew up, or his dad was a Formula One driver, so he's always been kind of the from that elite crowd or whatever. But you know, I'm pretty sure that he's going to retire relatively early from Formula One, and he's going to go do all kinds of cool stuff. You know, he's going to be the kind of guy that does the Le Mans races, might come over and try to run Indy, probably do something like the Paris-Dakar rally or something, you know. I mean, he's just that kind of guy. Fernando Alonso's like that too. You know, well, no, but Fernando had gotten out of Formula One there for a little bit, and he's won the 24-hour of Le Mans, and I believe he might have won the Paris-Dakar rally.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I know he ran it, but he might have. He might have won that even. Oh, by the way, hey,
Jordan, 50-59 there.
Yes. Okay. By the way, we got Robin Dunn in the chat, obviously cheering for number 68. She says there. But by the way, you know, like I said, we're streaming live, of course, on YouTube. You know that. You guys jump in the chat with us, ask us questions, tell us stuff, give us some facts. If you're watching your husband, your son, your wife, whoever, you know, get in there and jump in the chat and talk to us. You know, let's
before we get rid of Tyler Jordan, I don't want him to feel like we completely left him out there.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
But he is no, that's all good. He's previously run with the league in 2024, ran street stocks at Oxford Plains Speedway, won Rookie of the Year, 7th in the overall points, and he hopes to continue his rookie success in real life and win some wins here in the Sims. His sponsors are Cunningham, Royal Bees and Honey, Lakeside Graphics, and Bill's Automotive.
All right, so Tyler Jordan right now currently in 8th place with a 50-28. So see everybody right now. There's nobody out there. They're hardly a tenth apart the entire field.
They're nice and close. And Thomas Brackett, I believe, is going to be our next driver, as he is working his way around his first lap here. And Tyler Brackett, I believe, is he just rocking a white or yellow and blue car?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it looks
okay. I'm just making sure. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm missing something, but it looks like nope, I am not. And Thomas Brackett is a new driver to the Maine sim racing series, so lots of rookies coming out. He is just starting out doing the virtual side of racing, but in real life he competes at Oxford Plains Speedway. His goal for the season are to improve and see what he can do. His sponsors being Boss Dog Racing, JSR, and JSR Services.
I tell you what, man, this series is tough. There's some really tough drivers that run up front. This is gonna be a little different than what those guys are normally used to. These guys are short track racers. They like to beat and bang, and this is a little different style of racing for them. Should be interesting, but I love the fact that all these guys are at some level of professional. I mean, not a professional, but a real IRL race car driver. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's phenomenal. It's cool that we get to see kind of these guys in this sort of element, and I mean, it allows you to get those extra laps in there, as Brackett It sets a 50-25
Yeah,
to
nice.
slot himself into P5 for
That's
now.
a nice run.
Yeah, great job from him. As we head over to our next guy in the Pennzoil 59 car of Roy Sprague. He is so he's run with the series a little bit last year. This will be his first full season in the league. He drove street stocks at Speedway 95, so this is gonna age a few things. From 1987 to 89, was also a crew member for the iconic John Pippan, potentially the oldest driver on the roster. It is an inspirational 65 years old. He hopes just to finish the races, his sponsors being Dead River, Hillside Garage, and in memory of John Pippan Jr.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's running that Pennzoil. I mean, the Pennzoil shell livery, of course. Joey Logano runs that, I believe, in the regular NASCAR series. And we got a chance this summer to tour the Penske Motorsports shops in Charlotte, North Carolina. My son is about to go to college, and he wants to be a race engineer. And we went to tour the University of North Carolina, Charlotte, for their motorsports program, motorsports engineering. And I contacted one of the guys at Penske Motorsports and arranged an engineering tour for us there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's amazing to see these shops. I mean, they're just so clean, and and it's so. It was just crazy. I mean, Penske has all his cars under one roof. All his 4 NASCAR teams, his 3 IndyCar teams, and all of his sports car teams, like the 24-hour Le Mans type cars. He's got all that in this one big giant facility.
That's great.
Oh, it was awesome.
Super cool.
Yeah, it was. It's like a race fan's dream, man.
Phenomenal. Oh, and yeah, so Roy Sprague does get himself through in a 50.59, so he takes current P14. And we move over to now Arthur Jordan. So he is running in a Wrangler Pennzoil Menards livery. Very interesting. In the 16.
Yeah.
Arthur started racing on the sim about a year ago, so he's only been doing this for about a year.
Nice.
This is his rookie season with us here at the league. He's been around racing since he was 15. He works on the 16 Pro Stock at Oxford Plains Raceway, and he hopes to make all the races he attempts to run, which is phenomenal. His sponsor, Lakeside Graphics.
That's of course an iconic paint scheme, paint color, and sponsor. That's the original. Dale Earnhardt livery before he did the black Goodwrench car. He used to run that blue and yellow Wrangler car. So that one's popular with a lot of the old school NASCAR fans. I'm particularly fond of that blue and yellow Wrangler one myself.
Oh yeah, no, it's a nice one. I think I have it on my 87 car in the sim there.
Yeah. The 87s this week are at Watkins Glen in the officials.
I know, I saw that.
I gotta go run that race before Monday.
Definitely something I need to try, yeah, for sure. But we'll see how today ends up going as he gets himself a 59.3, but he's almost on his way through to the finish line for the second quality lap here. We'll see what he ends up putting it on as he comes through. He does jump up to P10 with a 50.28. Guys, it's close.
Very I mean,
close.
Cole is 50.23, and he just ran a 50.28, and he's 10th. So he's 5/100ths of a second off of the pole.
Yep.
5/100ths.
And it's 10th.
Yes, and it's
so. And then, so we will move on to the number 15 car in the Caterpillar liveried car of Ryan Maudry. So Ryan is a league veteran. He has raced in real life for many years, most recently in the late models at Speedway 95. As most others, he hopes to win this season in the Maine Sim Racing Series and currently is unsponsored. Uh, but I do love the Caterpillar colors. That yellow black with a little bit of red always looks so good.
Matt Mingo in chat said Roy Sprague for pole.
Roy Sprague for pole. Yep.
That's what Matt's saying, and we got Robin Dunn in there. She's I'm assuming cheering on her husband. I don't know that to be fact though.
Yeah, we'll have to see what she says.
Well, it's number 68. I don't see it. I'm trying to find a 68 here. I'm on my list. I don't think I show a 68.
Yeah, I'm looking now. Yeah, I don't see one.
Right.
Not sure on that.
So let's see. Oh, there we go. And he had his first lap was better than his
second lap. Oh,
yeah, no,
that's unfortunate for Audrey, but he does finish in P8.
Yeah,
with a 50-28.
Something must have. I was looking for that 68 on the scoring board, and I wasn't watching his lap. Obviously, he had a wiggle somewhere or something. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to lose a couple of hundredths. You could sneeze the wrong direction and lose that.
Oh, it's so true.
So who we got next?
Move on. Our next driver is Nathan Levitt, or Nate Levitt.
Yeah.
He is currently rocking the 12 in the, I believe he's got an all blacked out car as well.
Yeah, he does.
He is a rookie in this series, competes in the limited sportsman division at Oxford Plains Speedway regularly, won the 2024 championship. He's also the 2004 Wildcat champion at Beach Ridge Motor Speedway, and his goal this season is just simply finish all of the races.
There you go.
Which, hey, I like it.
I like it. That's good. It's good playing.
Yeah, and his sponsor, Levitt Racing and Fabrication. Makes sense for Nathan, Levitt.
Right. It's probably his business, obviously, or maybe if he's younger, his dad's, but probably, I'm guessing, probably his. That's what I love about sim racing, man. You got these real blue collar, working guys, and they still do this kind of stuff. And he races weekends at the short tracks and stuff. Of course, I guess up in Maine, they're not doing any short track racing right now up there. It's probably a little cold for that.
Yeah. Don't I know it?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
it's cold.
I mean, it's brutal here, man. Today was, wow, man, I don't know, 78.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, no, right.
Shucky darn. And Nate Levitt getting himself a 50-36, taking on P14 as we move on to so I said I've liked a few of these liveries, but this might be my new favorite one of Owen Bridges in the 21 car. That is beautiful paint scheme.
Let's see what he's got going on here. We'll find the right camera.
It's a PPG paint.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
And it's like a metallic rainbow sort of paint. I like it.
That's like kind of like maybe a wee bit of a twist on the old Jeff Gordon DuPont paint job. Flames and paint company. I like it. Yeah, I like that too.
It's slick. Yeah, it's nice. So he is a rookie as well of the Maine Sim Racing Series. He has grown up around racing race trucks at the Beach Ridge Motor Speedway. His goal for the season is to finish every race and learn. He is currently unsponsored, but having a phenomenal paint job like that, you might just have to.
I know. I love doing
a little sponsor.
I do liveries too, and stuff. So I can appreciate that because I don't think I could produce that.
Well, I know I could not.
Yeah, no, I do a few liveries, but I don't think I have that one in me. That's good looking paint scheme right there.
My liveries are just like slapped in blocks of color.
Right. It's just, if you do these liveries, which a lot of these guys, Matt Mingo says, he's asking who is Robin Dunn.
Robin Dunn.
That's I don't know. I'm lost a little bit. That's who was commenting up there earlier was Robin Dunn, And then
Oh.
Matt Mingo said, "Who is Robin Dunn?" But that could be an inside thing too, because But let's see here. Oh, this is a nice shot right here. He dove down on the apron.
Yeah. And he does come through, gets himself onto P13 with a 50-29. So he is not a bad spot.
6/100ths off of the lead, and you're in 13th place. Wow.
Yeah. Brutal. But that's the beauty of these races. Lots, and you got to be real close, real tight, and it's going to be a good old time as we move on to Jason Ricker, as he is headed on his, I believe this will be his first sort of full lap, his warm-up lap, as he's staying on that outside. He is another league veteran. He always shows consistent speed and is running up the front. Has run a lot of races and finishes in second a lot. This year, his goal is to win. His sponsors this year, RKM Setup Shop and Winter Pit Projects. So, a little run here as he's driving the 9 car in a simple blue and black livery with a little bit of, I think it's a little bit of yellow line work going on. Looks nice and clean.
Yeah, no, it's and of course that 9 that's shaped like that is was a big number in NASCAR back when Casey Kane was running the 9 car. That was a popular 9 shape that can't think of the words, but like a font, that was an iconic font that he used, just without the little. It had the little speed, like it was going fast at the top of the 9, like it streaked out.
It's always it's always fun when you can kind of make kind of look different.
Obviously, I mean, I don't know. That maybe should be the 9 he chose, but yeah, a lot of guys like to run some tribute to their favorite guy. What did he look at this? That was a nice run.
Swaps into P4,
Whoa.
50-25. He has himself a huge day, or a huge run there.
Wow. All right.
As we hop on, Ford Performance. I like it.
Oh, yes.
Cobra Jet 14 car of Ethan Guptill.
Yes, indeed. I like this paint scheme here. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Got the Mustang on the trunk, got the Cobra Jet on the side. Love it. I grew up a Mustang guy, so my first car was a 66 Mustang. Yes, I didn't buy it new, just so you I'm not that old.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Actually, that was the year I was born.
Oh, there you go.
So
maybe you had one, you just didn't know about it yet.
I am old, just not that old.
And unfortunately, we have no information about Ethan Guptill.
Oh, well.
I've checked every single thing I have. So Ethan's fantastic, and I love his Ford.
Yes. We don't have a lot to say about what he does, but I'm not going to lie to you. I think this is probably my favorite livery so far that we've seen today. Like I said, I'm an old Mustang guy, and I like that Cobra Jet. That reminds me of old Carroll Shelby, who was famous for his Ford Cobras, with the Cobra Jet engine. Yeah, that's a nice looking livery.
It's my go-to in road racing when I do any of my stuff. I bust out the Ford Mustangs, as he has put himself in.
Yeah. Let's see,
15th place, a 50-35.
DeSanto commented in the chat. He said he thought he ran a decent lap, and he's dropping like crazy.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Outside of really, no, I mean even Jocelyn, he ran a pretty good lap at 50-32, and he's already down in 16th. Like, it's just not a whole lot you're able to kind of recover there.
Let's see, Mark. Yeah, we got Mark Haynes here now.
Mark Haynes is our next driver, and he's got a straight black. I don't even see a number on the
No,
side
no,
of
he's
that
got
vehicle.
that. He's got yellow. He's got that neon.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Yeah.
That in the 79 in the that guy there, and it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, I just wish they'd move them numbers back. To me, they look too far forward. I just think they look, out of place almost. But that's where I guess where NASCAR chose to put them. Probably leaves more room for sponsors. That's
And that is obviously your most important thing.
yeah, to them it
Gotta
is
make
for
sure.
sure. Oh, just missed him. I love that camera shot right there around that turn. Yeah, this gives you a good perspective right here of what it's like to go to Daytona and sit in the stands. It's a big racetrack, man. That was the very first NASCAR track I ever saw. I went to Daytona and took the tour and got to ride around the track and like a van or something. It was pretty cool. It's a huge place. Really, I mean, it's really cool to see if you ever down in that area. Take that tour for sure.
I'll definitely have to. I know it's something I want to eventually check out, which I think would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, the banking is crazy. They let us walk up the banking, and I mean,
it's a nice, easy walk, right?
Yeah, it was hard, man. It really was. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, it's what is it? 34 degrees, 33 degrees in the turns.
Yes, it is, I believe, 33 degrees, if I remember correctly.
So let's see. He put up a 50-29, slotted in there in 14th right now.
Yeah, and I believe, I'm trying to think, I think that's everybody?
No, we got Ben Nile here.
Oh, Ben Nile, there he is. Yeah, he didn't pop out right away for me. Yes, Ben Nile. And yeah, it's 31 degree banking on the corners there. Yeah. 18 degrees on the tri-oval and 3 degrees on the straight. And so, nice, easy drive.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think Talladega might be a degree or two more, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I did track down some. Okay, for some reason it didn't give me any of this information when I went to search for it. We'll quickly touch on. So, Ethan Guptill, who ran earlier, his sponsor Rockingham Boat. He was did a season in late model league with 3 started racing. And then started racing modified cars at Wiscasset Speedway last season, and started iRacing about a month and a half ago. With Mark Haynes, who just finished up, he is sponsored by 3-2s Racing. He's been sim racing for around 4 years now, which is phenomenal. And Ben Nile, who we currently can see going around in the 72 car here, he has been 14 years on iRacing, 22 years in and around racing. He was driver of the number 72 late model, raced cruisers at Oxford for 2 years, had 7 wins. This coming year will be in a crate modified at Wiscasset, and on iRacing, he is a leading point in a mini stock league and have the most wins this season in late model with 3.
Wow, yeah, he running those crate modified. That's a fun class. Those cars are fun to drive, and I mean, I'm not gonna say it's affordable to get into that level of racing, but it's it's somewhat affordable for the average person if you wanted to get into racing. Those modifieds are a lot of fun.
Yeah, they look definitely fun. I'm slowly trying to get my way into that sort of end of things.
Yeah, right.
And then so for Ben, his sponsors are Down East Chassis Works, HSR, T&B Transport, Turn 4 Automotive, OB Builders, and Rodney's Repair. So he's got himself a good contingent.
Yeah, if you're racing in real life, you gotta. It takes some help to race at the grassroots level. It's hard to fund it out of pocket for sure. So what he post a 50-33 there. So
50-33.
Yeah, that's unfortunately down in 18th right now, but it doesn't really matter where you start here at Daytona anyway. You know, you probably want to start towards the back, to be honest. All
Yeah,
right,
Daytona's one of those few things where, oh, not even few. One of the main ones that just does not matter where you're going. It's always going to be a case of you'll make your way near the front at some point. One crash will change the world.
right.
So,
Yeah,
with
looks
that,
like, yeah, I think we're done.
I think that's everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's everyone we got going on right now. So I guess we can start getting ourselves a little more comfortable with the next set as we are.
Yeah,
Yes, as you can see, our wonderful sign there, the World Center of Racing.
Yeah, that's well, I mean, there's some big events here, the Daytona 500. You know, you got the Rolex 24 hour and
the Roar before.
Yeah, and then you got Bike Week, which is massive down there. You know, which is another huge motorsports event. So yeah, Daytona is definitely, and of course it's absolutely beautiful weather almost year round down there.
Yeah.
So I'm looking
it's
here.
Much nicer than what I'm dealing with.
I'm guessing they are going to advance the session here shortly, probably, and kick us over into gridding pretty soon.
Yes, I believe we are going to be getting situated. We're just last couple things for some people kind of organizing themselves.
Yeah, that actually went really well. No spins or anything during qualifying. Everybody got through, got their laps in clean. Of course, we'll go over the grid here in a minute, but let's see here. So on pole is a 50-23, and we still had one guy that didn't try to qualify. Chris
Forte, he's our he'll be the race.
Oh, that's right.
Director.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So he's he was hoping maybe, but he goes, it's probably best, especially for this track, if I don't. Because
well, to me,
it's gonna get
interesting. What we did the other night, or the one before that at Slinger or Martinsville, those are the kind of place where it's going to get hectic. I mean, there's probably going to be a little action here, but you know, if I were him, I'd jump in there and race. But it's a big, it's a big race for them. Big Daytona, and but yes, he did say he was going to be our race control tonight. So yeah, so we got 50-23 on the pole, and we got one guy at a 50-60. But if you throw that out, you got 50-39. So it's 50-23 to 50-39, separating the whole field. So yeah, that's crazy. That is that's nuts. And of course, with this pack drafting, this is gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, it's always a good time.
Turn Ben Niles' info off there. I'm giving him some extra screen time.
A little extra love.
Yeah, that's right. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So okay. Well, if they run the session out, we're gonna have 10 minutes, I believe. Well, it just switched over to finishing, so
yeah. So that'll be everything's been advanced, so we'll be heading on into sort of our, I guess, start as you can, and we'll bring that up shortly once we kind of get through the whole watching. I do love James's work on that timing tower with the flags.
Yeah, Barney,
and
yeah,
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Barney with his fastest flag.
Barney's okay. Let's see. We're gridding up here. Let's put the grid up and see. Take a look at it here. Go.
All right. So with that, we will be starting the Daytona 250 for Maine Sim Racing Series. You've got in first place Brian Conover. In second place is Dustin Pickle. In third, we'll have Rick Thompson Jr. In fourth, we have Jason Ricker. In fifth, Tyler Connolly. There we go. In sixth, Thomas Brackett. Seventh, Joey Israelison. Eighth, Matt Mingo. Ninth, Ryan Maudry. 10th, David Greenleaf. In 11th, we have Tyler Jordan. In 12th, we have Arthur Jordan. As we move down into P13, we have Dan DeSanto. In 14th is Mark Haynes. 15th is Owen Bridges. 16th is Ethan Guptill. In 17th, Adam Jocelyn. 18th, Ben Nile. In 19th, we have Nathan Levitt. In 20th, we have Ed Connolly. In 21st, we have Matthew Vinal. And in 22nd, we have Roy Sprague. So a phenomenal start to this grid. Very excited. And then Chris Fortier, as you can see on there, but he is going to be our race director. Fantastically done by all of them.
One thing I wanted to point out, I'm not sure, but I believe you may have skipped Ryan Madry in ninth and read Tyler Jordan's name. If you didn't, I thought that's what I heard.
That's 100% possible.
I just wanted to make sure that if we didn't mention
Ryan
him,
Madry is in ninth, David Greenleaf in 10th, Tyler Jordan in 11th, and Arthur Jordan in 12th. There we go.
Yeah. Just in
entirely
case.
Possible I'd miss something else.
Yeah, it's not hard to do, right?
Oh, there's so many names and people, and I don't know how James does it every time. Impressive.
Yeah, no, it's definitely impressive. He's got a lot of experience though. He does more races in a week than you and I'll do in a couple of months.
Oh yeah.
The Broadcasting Network had 20 broadcasts last week, and here we go. They're rolling off the grid.
We can see the wonderful liveries of all these guys as they make their way through, heading down onto the track behind that wonderful official pace truck, because NASCAR's got to be different. You can't just have a car, got to have a truck. Although I think they actually use a safety car at most places. Like I know any road course they do, like I know at COTA they actually use a car and stuff like that, but
yeah,
that's beside the point.
Right.
See, hopefully they changed the oil recently in these trucks, because I'm sure we're gonna have a few of those.
I don't know. There's something about seeing the grid come rolling down at Daytona. They're just side by side, you know. And this is just you know, if you grew up watching NASCAR, this is their Super Bowl, the Daytona 500, and I'm sure that was very cool that they put the Daytona 250 here for the Maine Sim Racing League on Super Bowl Sunday. I think that's really cool.
It's definitely good for them, and we'll have lots of fun, I'm sure. Hopefully we can make it at least a few green run stints here. We'll get to talk about all the drafting and how you're pitting under green. I hope there better be pits under green, or I'll be salty.
Right? Yes, we need that for sure.
As you can see, the guys all tightening up as we make our way through. The safety truck should be in right away here. We will go green right after that with our leader, Ryan Conover. And there's our green flag, and we are underway here at the Daytona 250. These guys stand nice and close. It's one of the few tracks where getting a jump off the start actually does nothing for you. If anything, it actually kind of hinders you. You want to sort of work together. Is it Dustin Pickle getting spicy? Unfortunately for Ricker, kind of gets left over. Walking the water as Dustin Pickle onto the infield. We're going to avoid the grass and fills. Decides to take chicane. We end up straight. Everybody's good. No problems for the back, so we're okay. We're going 3 wide. That's not what you want to be doing. It's a little early to be going 3 wide. Down here, because this middle pack getting a little spicy.
A little bit early for that.
No, you got a few laps, guys. You got a few laps to go. We're only on lap 2. Got 98 to go.
Oh,
so, as
they got a nice little bumper train working up there, though. Those two.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Pickle and Conover seem to know what they're doing as they running their way with a nice little gap here. Typically, it's harder to do, but if you're able to stay together, and this is gonna be one of those things that people kind of learn as, especially with the iRacing Daytona 500 coming up, is if you're able to actually work really well. So you can see these gaps we've got going on a little bit further back, how there's those spaces between those cars. You really lose out on some of that draft.
You really do.
You're not really able to capitalize it on as much, but you can see Pickle and Conover very tight together, where they were. as they've now separated just a little bit. Pickle is pulling out ahead. It does look like the 11 of Connolly. He has made it up on the outside. He's now gotten himself up into P1, pulling Israelison along with him. Just into the 3. Madre has slotted into 4th as we make our way onto the back stretch here. See some cars around in the back. Scary thing, if you're any of these cars kind of on your own, it's a problem. With Daytona, with this drafting, you need to be with somebody at least. We looked at it and saw guys doing their laps in the qualifying, and we're in the 50s, 50.2s. Now doing 46s, 47s. If you're by yourself, you're going to be very behind. So you definitely want to make sure you're nice and close.
You guys are practically running 200 miles an hour
the entire way.
Yeah. Even in the turns,
terrifying.
Even in the turns, it's 186, 187.
See Israelison giving Connolly a nice little bump there. I did find it's very interesting with these cars because they are not flat-faced. They're very rounded kind of front ends with the new designs. I think the Fords are slightly have like a little bit of a flat spot, but right. It can get tricky. Last thing you want to do is give the guy ahead of you a bump up into a wall or out into the infield, because then no one's going to want to bump draft with you, and then you get left behind, and not the most ideal.
Yeah, I actually have not bump drafted in these cars. In the officials, I'm just working my way up to the next gen. I do own it, and I've run it in some league stuff, but not a lot so I don't really know how these cars bump draft. I know they're a lot different than the Xfinity or the truck for sure.
Mm-hmm. There's actually a fun little trick. So if you do hop into cockpit of the 3 car of Joey Israelison, you'll actually see, what you can see is on the rear of the car ahead of you, there is a little camera that's on the left-hand side.
Not that one.
It's a great view of his Bass Pro Shop
that is a great
outfit
view.
there. I do like it. He needs to change the helmet up, get some fancy. I think I got a
Venom
helmet.
That reminds me of he had his he was running that same paint scheme with the camo on it the other night in the short track.
That's right. So you can see on the back here of Connolly's car that right under the T, or part of the T there's that little camera.
Yep.
And the best thing I've found, the best trick, is if you line your eyesight in the car up with that camera, you are dead centered for bump traffic.
Oh, nice.
You will not spin the car ahead of you. So that's the little trick. So anyone who is going to get into the next gen stuff, it's on all the cars, on every Chevy, Toyota, Ford, doesn't matter, lines up the same. As long as you have that in the center of your sight, when you go to give them a bump draft, your car is lined up to bump draft without causing a problem.
Well, that's awesome. You can see how the air is just moving his car around here so much.
Oh, yeah.
And Joey's
wings.
Joey's a great driver. We obviously know that. Leading the points, and he's a fantastic driver. So, but you see how the car's just moving around on him. The air coming off of Connolly's car is just kind of slinging him around. I think this probably looks easier than it is if you don't do this and you just happen to be watching and you think, I just jump right out there. It's not quite that easy. Especially at these high-speed tracks. You think, it's just hammer down and drive it. But man, these cars get to hopping around and moving around, and
you start getting that basket weaving of the car whipping off the line and swinging back and forth, and it does get a little tricky. You got to be very patient.
We got a couple of packs brewing here, it looks like.
We got, although I think, unfortunately, so 15 and 16 there, or at least kind of working together. You got a little bit of a pack further back. Then you got, I think that's 17 and 18 who are just behind these two of Matt Mingo, and Greenleaf. And then I think you've got Connolly and Jordan working together behind them. And then after that, you've got sort of the rest of the group of Bridges, Venant, Sprague, and Levitt, all sort of together at that sort of group. And it's kind of split, but they're close enough if they really want Sprague to kind of utilize that draft, pull himself in.
Right.
Not a terrible spot to be. I mean, this grouping up at the front isn't doing too bad. You got at least that straight line, but there is that second line. It looks like they're actually going to be going 3 wide here. I believe that's the 72 of Nile. You've got Maudry there. He's kind of been not necessarily left out to dry as he can slot behind one of the groups, but if you're in that sort of position where you need to be able to move, it's a little tricky when you're right smack in the middle of two sides. So
Well,
want to
they're,
get into one of those lanes.
they're getting dicey back there. What's weird is, typically you see two pronounced lanes, you know what I mean? And here you got the inside lane, obviously is like the freight train. The outside lane really hasn't really formed up as well as I might have thought,
Yeah, it's very interesting, and it's what's funny with this track is the next gen cars actually do really well on that outside line. So if you can get together with a good group and all of you guys really know how to push well and sort of work together, that outside lane can actually be really dominant, even with a good lineup on the inside. Like you can see that 29 and 72 just went flying by on that outside lane, and I think the 29 is going to unfortunately leave. Nope, he came back up. I thought he was going to leave the 72, and as you can see, Tyler Jordan and Ben Nile, but Ben Nile does take over just ahead of him. So now we're seeing that as Owen DeSantos trying to get with that front group, but he's going to get kind of left out now. He has only, I believe that's Maudry behind him that he has to sort of hope can get up or he can slot down just ahead of Israelis. And it looks like he was about to do so, but I think Israelis have just closed a little bit of that gap. So with that, Ben Nile has now taken the lead. And then Mark Haynes right behind him at 79 and Tyler Roden at 29. So they have sort of taken over. There's that little bit of a gap, though, that's formed between Joey Israelis and I believe that's Rick Thompson Jr. Might be something to kind of keep an eye on, as now we have two lines. Oh, it looks like the 11 there of Tyler Connolly kind of makes contact with the wall coming out of the corner going into the trial. I'm not sure what happened, but that's kind of looking like it cost him a little bit of time there.
Yeah, I'm sure that's just the wind moving these cars around, and you can see there that some of these guys are really fighting these cars. And I think it probably has a lot to do with the comfort level at this track as well. If you've done a lot of laps here, but if you're fresh here, it's a different game for sure.
What always terrifies me about when I do the iRacing Daytona 500, because you get a lot of guys that they don't run it, they don't practice it. They just go, it's Daytona, you just drive fast, turn left, and it's like, well, there's more nuances than that. So
a little bit more than that. Yeah, a little bit more than that for sure.
A little bit of a nose chop there by Maudry as he drops down in front of the 31 of Thomas Brackett. No damage or anything like that. Didn't spin anyone, but got a little ballsy to just drop down right in front of him. As now we can see sort of a split forming, and Tyler Connolly looking like he got left out just a little bit, though he has now slotted in behind the 70 car of Rick Thompson Jr.
What's going on back here a little bit? Everybody's behaved though, for Daytona. Sometimes these guys aren't, they're all professional, regular race car drivers, so maybe they're not going to do anything too stupid too early. We got a lot of laps here tonight. We're on lap 14 of 100, so
got some time.
We do indeed have a little time.
Yeah, I mean, and we kind of mentioned it. I mean, drafting, obviously, it's a big thing here. It's, this is one of your highest draft tracks. I think the only other one really is Talladega. A lot of people like to say Indianapolis, but I find with its corners, the way it's designed, it's not quite as draft heavy as Daytona or Indianapolis.
Michigan.
Or, sorry, as Talladega. There we go. Michigan's pretty good. Yeah, the Michigan's got a pretty good draft. So with these, and this is going to be the main reason I want to see green flag stops, is the strategy of going in with somebody. One of the big things you normally want is a small group to go into the pit lanes, because the less people you have to kind of jostle with, the less time you lose. Get to your pit lane cleaner, your pit box cleaner. But with Daytona or any of those kind of draft heavy spots, you definitely want to go in with, I refer to him as a teammate, but at least with a partner.
Yeah,
you
partner,
need somebody, because when you come back out, if you're by yourself, you're going to get eaten alive by the pack. So you need to at least go in with a person, preferably two. A group of three that really works well together can make up a lot of time very quickly. And yeah, as long as you're not all moving around, this middle pack here is starting to give me a little bit of heart palpitations, and it's not going to be the energy drink I'm having.
Right.
With how much they're moving around. But if you can stay in that nice line with a group of 3, you can clear out a lot of space very fast.
And you know what's interesting here is looking at at these. Some cars just don't work well together. Like you get in behind somebody and it's just not fast. Like it. It's kind of strange. I mean, and it's like that in the real world too. Some guys' cars are better pushers. Some guys' cars are better, leading the group. Because I was just focused there on Ethan here in that beautiful Ford Cobra paint scheme, and he was running with somebody back there in the back, and you could just tell the cars weren't working together, and so he chose a different. Oh, golly, yeah. I mean, it looks worse than it is. I'm sure they know what they're doing down there, but diving in and out of these lanes is.
It's not where Rick Thompson Jr. wants to be. Right in the middle, they're going to all rip right past him, and he's going to get kind of spit up at the back there.
He is spit out at the back.
Yeah. That's what you want to try and avoid, although the 15 up in the wall there, it looks like he's got a little bit of damage on that front side. Oh, they almost come together going around that corner. Yeah, his front right bumper there.
Yeah.
Looking a little banged up.
It's either from drafting or possibly skimmed into the wall there at some point.
Dustin Pickle makes a high move. Oh, that's going to be our first caution.
Oh, what do we got there?
Happens there.
I'm guessing this is.
Owen Bridges just.
Oh, here we go. He went off track back here. Let's see.
Oh, he ended up in.
Oh,
he bounced off the wall and got hammered.
Yeah.
I didn't see who he made contact with.
Oh, I didn't either. Let's go see if we can find a better angle. Let's try maybe this one and see what we got. See if we can.
Ooh, okay. So
it was
the
that
12 car.
That pretty
the one.
the 21 car, I believe, is the one that. Who's the 21?
Yeah, but it looks like the 12 and the 1 were working kind of together, and the 12 kind of comes up, gets hooked, hits the wall, comes back down right in front of the 21 of Owen Bridges, and Owen really couldn't do a whole lot there.
Oh yeah, that's that PPG car that you like so much.
Yeah, that's just a rather unfortunate.
Golly.
It looks like, yeah, I think that's the one car of Ed Connolly, who unfortunately makes heavy contact with the wall after getting hit by or clipped by the 12 car. And he just kind of comes back down, and there's not a whole lot I don't think he can really do.
Yeah, that was still trying to get the best look at that. Let's go back to this and see if we.
Yeah, just unfortunately, right off there, he gets hooked by the 12 into the wall and bounces back off of it, and nowhere to go. And 12 car there, I believe that's Nathan Levitt.
My bad.
Bang.
Yeah, that's a tough shot there.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Owen Bridges, there was nowhere for him to go. That's
yeah, that's unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
So these guys should be pitting, huh? I think.
Yeah, I think everybody's gone into the pits now.
Yeah,
no fast repairs tonight either, so if you get damage, well, that's going to be brutal.
Yeah, it's
a bad day.
You're going to be done if that's the case.
It does look like Ethan Guptill is going to be the one who gets out first here.
Well, he had kind of charged up there. I was focusing on him. He was back there in about 12th place because I was watching him. Not that the two cars weren't working well together, so I brought that up. But he kind of jumped into another lane, and he was up to about third when that caution came out. So he made a nice little run up there.
Yeah, that's great. And kind of, to touch on that point of some cars just don't work well together, and some of them just unfortunately, and it can come down to even the driver, right? Like you could have a guy who's a really good pusher but does not know how to get pushed, and therefore isn't quite solid, and he gets bumped and swerves, and so you can't really hold that. So the driver comfortable. Oh my goodness, how comfortable the driver is. I can speak English. I'm good at it. It depends on how comfortable the driver is on both sides of that, right? Like you really need to be smart about that kind of thing, and that's where communication, and it's a little harder in NASCAR. In real life, but obviously in here you can actually talk to the drivers around you pretty easily.
Yes.
So if you're able to kind of communicate, hey, don't push me at this point, or let's get you ahead because I can push, but I don't, I'm not a huge fan of being pushed and stuff like that. That can sort of be good to at least kind of organize yourselves better, as we will be heading into a double file restart.
Yeah, I think there's a skill involved certainly in pushing, knowing when you can, when you can't, what angle you hit the guy at when you come up behind him to bump him. And yeah, I'm sure there's definitely a skill set involved in, as far as being able to be pushed, but yeah, that's a different kind of racing. That's tough.
Oh yeah, it definitely throws a monkey wrench in some plans, but it looks like we actually may have lost Owen Bridges. I think he's actually done for the day.
Oh man,
just one of those unfortunate things with this kind of racing as well, is if you get taken out and have numerous minutes of repair, you're going to be very far down.
Oh yeah, there's not a lot you can do about that. So we got Ethan Guptill on the inside here, and we got Mark Haynes up there, and Joey Israelison and Tyler Jordan.
Yeah, it's a good little front restart.
Yeah, so far this has been good racing, good clean racing, a lot of lead changes, but nobody roughing each other up too bad or anything. So that's still okay. He's still getting his repairs. That's a shame.
Oh yeah. I think Arthur Jordan's going to be in the pits for a bit.
Yeah, that was
Ed Connolly. I think has already been in the pits. He was in there for a good chunk of time. But I'm not sure what happened to Arthur Jordan. I didn't think he got hit too hard. But we are going to be back green, as no one really went. They waited right to the end of the Geico restart zone, and Guptill is going to get himself a explosive first start, as he does have Israelison behind to kind of help push, and there's kind of created a gap behind him. Assuming they're going to catch up pretty quick, as it's obviously there's
somebody got in the wall up there. Oh, yeah, somebody got up in the wall. I don't think they threw that caution pretty fast there.
I don't even think that was our race director throwing that caution. I'm not sure what caused that one.
Oh, was it the race director that threw it?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know who or why the yellow flag was thrown on that.
Well, somebody was thrown or slid up into the wall there. Let's see if we can. Oh, it was folks.
That looks like Conover, I think it was.
Let me see. Yeah, let's go try this. Let's see.
Yeah, Brian Conover ended up in the wall, but he was like blinking pretty heavy too.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he was losing connectivity and.
Oh no, it was further behind. I just saw a glimpse of it real quick there. Who is that? That is Rick Thompson Jr. ends up getting hooked by as he tries to go by the 12 car.
Oh yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he gets outside of the 12. There are 3 wide going into the corner. It's always a smart idea.
I have to say, he was completely sideways there, when he got hit.
Came out of it nicely,
and
though.
He saved he saved the old Dirty Dick's car pretty good there. Let's get one more look at that. Look at that. I mean, yeah, that's actually a really nice save, considering they were probably doing 180 miles an hour right there. Well, they weren't up to speed yet. I guess he probably was a little lower than that.
Only 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, no, it's probably faster than that. But wow, okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure the car got some damage, but he didn't slap the wall, tear it up too bad.
Looks like they actually came out pretty clean out of that one. It could have been much worse.
Much worse. Yeah, much worse.
All right, let's see. And it looks like Tyler Jordan and Mark Haynes headed into the pits.
Interesting.
And a few guys are hopping in again.
Probably
Assuming just a little
top
splash
off.
and dash.
Yeah, probably. I mean, again, you don't necessarily. Although this has been pretty clean up front tonight, I don't know that I would, say that you don't want to be up front.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times
Wow, lots of people in the pits.
Yeah, well, it's probably a good strategy.
Yeah, you get that extra feel. You go those 2, 3, 4 laps a little bit more than the next guy. I mean, obviously, if you're Ethan, you're going to be using the most amount of fuel because you're in the front and
yes,
you're not really getting to sit in that draft. But a lot of the guys behind, why not take the extra fuel so you're not having to stress yourself, and you might be able to come in a lap later with a group of 2 or 3 opposed to having to go in when everybody does. So smart.
I'll tell you what, that's some long pit stops there for some guys. I wonder if they're just taking the time to get a little damage fixed up there.
Yeah, there might be.
Yeah.
Although that first crash, it wasn't, too many people involved. It was just the 2 cars. Maybe the third of the 12 car there of Nathan Levitt. But this one, it looked like a couple guys got some bumps and bruises and bangs and stuff. And why not? I mean,
no, I think this is a great time to do that. You don't have to get tires, so you don't waste the first, 20 seconds of the time in the pits getting tires. So you can come in and, spend that time getting some hard work done on the car. And, let's see if we'll get some time on how long one of these pit stops, how long it takes to get a lap around here under caution. So interesting.
Yeah, although, are they still in the pit? Yeah, one.
Yeah,
Jordan's been in there now 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Ed Connolly's had a little bit of damage in that first.
Right.
Quite a bit of damage in that first one. So he's probably getting as much repairs as he can.
He's coming back. He got 2 minutes worth of repairs there without losing a lap.
Yeah, smart tactics. He'll race himself around and try and catch back up. Hopefully before we go green again.
Yeah, we'll see. That was there were several guys getting a little damage fixed, so that's good though. That's smart. Eventually, you can work it back to, maybe get it back to good shape where you don't have any aero issues.
Jocelyn and Ricker both coming back into the pit, so I assume doing much the same thing. Kind of hop in, get some repairs done real quick, swing back out. Some of those optionals kind of thing. Get that sheet of duct tape.
Right. Yeah,
that's James's favorite thing to bring up every time I go. Oh, they just got to duct tape together. He goes, they have sheets of it now.
Yeah, it's called. I believe it's called Bear Bond. Is the name of it. I heard y'all talking about it the other night when something was going on. But anyway, yeah, it's called Bear Bond, I believe, and it's it's big sheets of giant sheets of duct tape, right? And they rip it off, and they can kind of hold the fender to the hood, and whatever, and cover up holes because obviously a hole at a track like this in the front or something would allow air to get in under the car more, and that's bad. So, they call it, I believe it's called Bear Bond is the name of that stuff. So next time you do one with James, you can throw that Bear Bond on him and get him.
Yeah, just start throwing out random things. Show him I know more.
Right, that's right. Well, he's certainly not, he knows a lot about NASCAR considering,
He knows more than I do.
He's
comes in every week. Oh, did you see this race? Nope. And then I go, oh, did you see this F1 race? Nope. Okay.
Yeah, I grew up watching, pretty much all forms.
We are actually going green here.
Here we go.
Yeah, we're going green. So, sorry, we'll finish that in a second as we do get back underway here. As Guptill is holding on to the lead. Israelson got ahead of Dustin Pickle, but not really able to do much with it. That's kind of the downside to creating that. But he is going to try and create as much of a side draft as he can. And for those who do not know, side drafting, very effective in these cars. He even put up a little line on the inside, the right side of the vehicles. You kind of see it a little bit. It's clear, so it's not the easiest thing to check out. To try and reduce the effects of side drafting, but basically pushing the wind that hits the front of your car on, in this case, the left-hand side, trying to push that up into the car beside you and forcing them to take on more air basically and slow them down. So very effective in these cars, I've found.
Yes, very.
Definitely can slow you down as Israelison has taken the lead. Him and Dustin Pickle seem to be working really well together so far. I know Conover had earlier been with Dustin Pickle. They're getting a little shifty behind them though. But we can see Connolly and Laundry up on that outside lane trying to work together with, I believe that is Ben Nile. They're trying to push to the front here.
Yeah, Israelison has been working with a couple of guys, and he was mostly doing pushing earlier. So now he's out in the front. Let's see how these two get on together. But yeah, Israelison has worked with at least 2 or 3 guys that I've seen so far. You know, and doing a really good job. You know, pushing people. So we'll see how he does out front. I'm sure great because he's a fantastic driver, obviously.
Yeah, he knows that. He knows a thing or two when it comes to driving fast and turning left. He's won the last 2 races we've done.
Yeah.
Comfortably as well. Obviously we had not a controversial per se, but a little interesting way to have gotten to the lead. Although looks like I think unfortunately for Connolly, he is in a little bit of trouble there on that outside line with nobody around him, and he is going to drop back very quickly. As he has, although it does look like the 31 there bracket hopped out in front of him, so we see if those two are going to try and work together, try and work their way back up to the front. But it looks like, unfortunately for bracket, Connolly said, nope, I'm good, and dropped back down, though the 29 here of, I believe that is Tyler Jordan. He's on the outside there with Maudry, 15. Was dropped back down. So. Unfortunately for Jordan, Tyler Jordan, he might drop back fairly quick here.
What's funny is, you know, you look at our timing and scoring tower there, man, they're just constantly going up and down, you know, and they're weaving in and out of each other. Oh, that was that almost looked like
we are 3 wide, too deep here. This is not what you want to be seeing.
No,
if you're, especially if you're Jordan or Maudry right there, as you've announced. Tyler Connolly on the outside. They got through that. We are 3 wide. A couple spots and
look at this.
Oh boy, howdy. Oh, it's hurting my soul. It's hurting my soul, but we're good. Okay, Maudry just needs to drop down right in front of Connolly. There we go. That's a little less stressful.
Look who snuck up to the lead.
Yeah, bracket quietly kind of works his way up there. Tyler Connolly has also gotten himself back up after getting kind of chewed up and spit out the back. He's worked his way, got with a couple of guys, and that's how powerful that outside line is, really. Like, he came from, he was at one point 10th, 11th, and is instantly back in the lead. Like, it's quick.
He dropped right down to that bottom line, though. You see that?
Oh.
Look at Ben Nile out there.
Smooth. Yeah, Ben Nile, he's him and Connolly kind of bouncing back and forth. They were working together earlier on in the race as well. Came back together, obviously, and worked together to get to the front. And then Tyler Connolly went, yeah, eat my shorts, and left them there.
Yeah, this is so much.
This one,
so much fun, man. I love Daytona racing. You know, a lot of people think it's boring, and I guess to some level it could be, but no,
that's
right?
Gonna cause problems. Okay. Oh, there's another few in the wall. Oh, that's not good. That's a problem.
We had a clear look at that one, didn't we?
Oh yeah, that's not how you want her to go.
No, that's a little rough there. Let's see here.
Right, so who leave the 29 ended up? Oh, that's on the 29 came up.
All right, let me go back
right into Ben Nile. It looks like. Unfortunately, that's going to take out Haynes as well.
Oh man, yeah, that was. Whew.
Haynes gets tied up in that. Well, Conover gets around it.
Let's see one more time. Yeah, this.
Thompson Jr. ends up getting clipped. He's up in the wall.
So, was that?
That's on, I want to say that was on the 29 car there of Tyler Jordan. He tried to make a move upwards as they got past, or as they were going past the 72 of Ben Nile, and unfortunately, he wasn't clear. His spotter hadn't given him the, go for it. So he gets hooked, ends up back into the wall there, and that collects 4. Trying to see who all ends up in this, because there's definitely a few.
Yeah.
And Greenleaf makes contact with Sprague as well. I think the 9 car might actually sneak out of this. Ooh,
now this
if I'm that 9 car, I'd count in lucky stars. Audrey, yeah, he slipped underneath.
That was, that was nice.
You should hop on board with that 9 car too.
Yeah. Did he pull one there too?
Oh, he was right smack in the middle of the whole thing. He managed to just slip through everybody. The whole crash happens right in front, so you can see him there. And then all the cars, and he just that one gets taken out, slips on in through.
Oh, that was great.
No lift challenge.
Yeah, that was interesting. Let's see who else we got that was up there. Let's see what he saw. But he's ahead of it. Yeah, he was ahead of it. He was
okay. I want to say Rick Thompson Jr. unfortunately got hooked.
Yeah.
By a car coming down on him. He actually had nothing to do with it. And the car, I want to say that was Mark Haynes' car gets clipped right into his, like as Mark Haynes got spun.
What
just caught him there.
Let's see, what is Mark Haynes' number?
He is the 72 or 79. Sorry, the 79 of Mark Haynes.
All right, let's go back and see what he saw. Oh yeah.
And there's just nothing he could do, and unfortunately, he's spinning all over, trying to hold on to as much car as he can, and fortunately, there's not a whole lot. No cars ended up flipped over though, so that's always a bonus.
No, yeah, he tore his car up good though, man. That was
Yep.
Man, that's tough.
That's going to be a few guys in the pits for a good chunk of time, especially with the lack of fast repairs, and you can see Greenleaf heading back into the pits.
Yeah.
He'll pop up on the screen. There he is on the top there. Yeah, a lot of these guys are going to be coming in. Trying to do what they can repairs-wise. I think Greenleaf's was mostly cosmetic a little bit on the front there, but guys like Rick Thompson and Ben Nile, Mark Haynes, Tyler Jordan for sure. They're going to have a bit of damage to repair.
Yeah. You know, if I don't want to see this, but if we get a couple of cautions back to back, you know, maybe they can get it tuned up a little bit that we're able to get back out there and run, you know, competitively. But it's a tough place to take damage because, you know, you get a little sheet metal gets a little bent up at a short track. It's not the end of the world, you know. Sheet metal.
You need all that aero.
It's amazing how much speed it'll take off the car and how well it drafts and all of that.
Yeah, it's well, it sounds like Mark Haynes' car is done for the day.
Yeah, you get in there and find out you got 10 minutes worth of repairs. Not a whole lot you can do.
No, yeah, 10 minutes of repairs. You're going to be a few laps down by that point.
Yeah, so we got, well, I guess officially we only have three guys out of the race. Is that right? Or
as far as I know, yeah. Well, I mean, Chris didn't start, and then Owen is out. Mark Haynes, it looks like, is also out.
Arthur
Jordan's been in the pits now for 22 minutes, so he's pretty much out.
Yeah, pretty much out.
Ben Nile is still in the pits. Not sure how long he'll be in there. Adam Jocelyn is coming, or Rick Thompson Jr. He's still in the pits, but says he's going to have a lot of damage, especially on that right side. But looks like we are going green with exactly who I expected at the front. Dustin Piccolo and Ryan Maudry. And we are back underway. We are green as we are moving, having a blast.
We are.
As we've got Pickle Con, Mudley, Israelison, up till Bracket, Richter, Mingo, Conover, DeSanto as your top 10.
Let's crank it up here a little bit.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yep, that's a lot of fun.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, good
Oh,
stuff.
they're getting shifty up at the front, though, as we head onto the tri-oval. Ooh, a little scary. It does look like Ben Nile has also packed his car up for the day, so a few cars out now. I believe we're about 3 cars now.
And
for sure,
Dustin Pickle got he took off in the lead, and we did that crank it up, and I come back in, and he's down to 6th already.
Yeah, he that outside lane, it just moves so well. More
Look
cars.
at those.
Oh no, we're 3 wide.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, that's okay. 3 wide, 2 deep. Israelison on the inside or on the middle there with Ryan Maudry. Maudry tries to move up, can't move up, bumps in. Oh no, we're gonna have problems.
Oh, there he goes.
Gone. There goes Bracket. Bracket looks like he saved it. They're all on the inside. Nothing.
Oh.
Too bad. Does Bracket save it? There it is. There's the caution. All right. They tried. He tried. He put the effort in. You know what? Huge props to Bracket on trying to save that. He put the effort in for sure.
That was let's see what we got of that. We happened to click back there right as it was starting to happen. Let's see where it's...
Yeah, I think the Maudry comes up on him because Israelison gets ahead of the 11 car. Unfortunately.
Oh,
there's another one further back too.
Oh, let's see here. Let me find a better camera angle. Let's find the chopper again.
Man, Jocelyn just arc brakes right through that one.
Oh yeah, they're back in the back too. They're going all over the place. Oh, yeah, that's the unfortunate one. He came up there and clipped those cars. Let's see.
Yeah, Jocelyn just like slid through that beautifully though.
Right.
Yeah, I believe that's the 84 car of Matthew Venot and the 15 of Ryan Maudry. They are kind of what starts that front pack as Jocelyn kind of goes up. Maudry goes to try and follow. Realizes there's no space, comes down, but unfortunately the 84 of...
oh, man. Oh!
Yeah, that's...
We
we
lost a couple of cars there, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, Maudry comes down. Somehow ends up on that. I'm not sure where he actually ends up going after this. Let's see. Oh, he comes right up into the 86 of Dan DeSanto as well. That sends 86 up into the 84. The 12 runs into them. Maudry runs back into the wall.
Yeah, here's Maudry. Maudry through the grass here, and then
right into the 86. And DeSanto sends the 84 up. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's tough there, man.
There's going to be some looking at that from the race director for sure.
Yeah, it's entirely possible for sure.
Yeah, you'll see Bracket, he almost saves it. Actually, he did. He avoided everybody else.
He did,
no problems after that. So mad props to him for saving that.
Yeah, he did a good job there. Maudry unfortunately had a little rougher ride there. He was doing all right, but then when he got back up on the track, it kind of shot up on him a little bit, and he ended up taking out a couple of cars there. I don't know that was necessarily his fault coming back on the track for sure, but I don't think he could have. He's not like he could have stopped it. I don't think by that point it was. But he definitely rolled across that infield. Looked like he was good, but then unfortunately he wasn't.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. I feel like that might. I mean, he was very involved with the start of that, so we'll
Yes,
see
yeah.
if that.
Well, that
How
was the
that
thing.
plays out
That's
for
where it
them.
all. See if I can go back and find the original.
Was himself and the '84 car of Matthew Benoit
Yeah.
that kind of kicked the whole thing off.
Okay, let's see. Right.
Looks like Nathan Levitt has said goodbye as well.
So it looks like the 12 actually came down. He bumped the guy that was on the inside. Let's see if we get a little closer view of it, maybe. See, he came down and bumped the Dirty Dick's car on the bottom, and then that's kind of what teed it all off. Then it was that that was the other Dirty Dick's car. Was that the same one that got caught up in it?
Different one. The other one, that's Rick Thompson Jr. He's been in the pits now for 11 and a half minutes because he was involved in that last one.
So who's the other Dirty Dick's car there that was involved in it?
That's the Matthew Venot.
Venot. Okay, let me see if I can. I'm going to try to go
the
here.
84 there.
Yeah, I'm going to try to go here, and I'm going to set this for cockpit view. Let's go see how that looks.
And massive props to Brackett for staying as out of trouble as he could.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. That was I can't. Let's see if this works. Yeah, he's cruising along, you know. Yeah, and then bam, comes back up and gets him. He was, you know. They bumped into him. That wasn't his fault. And then he's trying to get by, and they come back up on the track into him. That's got to feel a little rough, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him. At this point, we're 39 laps. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say. So we've lost a few.
Yeah.
People.
We'll have to see how this all settles out after that damage is fixed or worked on or decisions made there.
Yeah, so.
But as of right now, we have what looks to be about
13 drivers
12,
on
13.
The track.
Yeah, on the track. And we started with, what was it, 23? 22. Yeah, 22. Yeah, attrition's been a little tough here.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely need some Gorilla Glue,
some Bear Bond,
some oil for the truck. But we are going to be going green here right away, leading from Guptill as he gets us going. Once again, he does have the 23 of Matt Bingo right behind him. That Monster Energy car, he's made his way back up. Conover's made his way back up as he's right behind the 9 of Richter. Israelison, who seems to always somehow be at the front, even when there's a massive crash around him, he slips through and ends up back in the front. He's back up there as well. Pickle, Conover, Greenleaf, Connolly, Jocelyn, Brackett. As the field starts to thin.
Yes. Yeah, it's there's certainly some cars sitting out with some damage, but yeah, Israelison, man, I've done third race or fourth race with the Maine series, and since I've been around, he's been just dominant. You know, I don't know that that's the way it always was or has been, but since I've been around, he has just been incredibly dominant.
Oh yeah, well he is leading. He's leading the Maine Sim Racing Series in points so far. Gotten himself a few share of wins, which is phenomenal. And yeah, you can see Mingo and Guptill working really well together here as they're pushing basically right out of the corners. So they're definitely trusting each other. Israelison and Israelison and Dustin Pickle up on that high line, the two of them by themselves, trying to do what they can to sort of catch up. If you're able to work really well together as a group too, you can definitely do a lot more than an unorganized group of 6. So
yes.
Got to keep themselves going nice and smooth and right up there with everyone. DeSanto and Sprague have backed off a little bit in terms of position on the track, but not still going forward, which is good.
Man, Mingo looks a little squirrely pushing.
He does. I mean, the downside if you're pushing is you tend to lose a lot of the downforce you would get, so it can make the car a little sketchier. It's why typically when you see guys go into the corner, they'll back off just that little bit, just get a little bit of air on the car.
Man, Israelison was up front just a minute.
He's now at the back.
Back, yeah. Well, back-ish.
This pack.
Yeah,
yes,
he's at
yes,
ninth.
Back of this section.
So I guess we've got 2 packs that have drawn out now a little bit, but I don't know. I think maybe he decided to bail out on that up there for right now. That's interesting because he was fast and up front, and maybe he just decided I'll stay back here for a little bit and see what's going on. So who do we have in that second pack back there? So we got, looks like it's
Brackett and Connolly.
Yeah, I believe.
And then you've got DeSanto and Sprague as sort of the third little grouping back there.
Yeah. So they're just 2 by 2. They're gonna lose a lot of ground like that.
They definitely will. I know for Roy Sprague, his goal kind of finish, and he's made up a ton of positions just by staying out of problems, which at Daytona.
Whoa!
Giptil got a little problematic there, but he's able to keep it going. No real issues there, thankfully.
Yeah, that'll make you pucker up.
A little bit, yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, like I was saying there, Daytona, it's all about surviving. This has nothing to do with who's the fastest car for the most part. Once we get in the final 10, 15 laps, then sure,
right.
Yeah, you'll be pushing more. But right now, it's about not being in the wall and then sitting in the pit lane getting repairs.
And he's going backwards now.
And you got sort of left out to dry on that high line, and Greenleaf gets a little, or not Greenleaf, sorry, that's Jocelyn in the 83 car. It's a little swirly.
Yeah, oops. Yeah, I don't know if he decided just to bail to drop back to the back and regroup, Oh, Mingo's down on that apron. That's dangerous. Ooh, you catch that apron going into the turn.
It can hook you pretty good.
Oh, bad, yeah. Look at these two coming.
Yeah, so that's going to be Tyler Connolly and
Israelison.
I believe that's Israelison, and then you've got Greenleaf in the 58 Klondike car just behind them.
He's trying to hang
slot
on.
Down. Greenleaf is he's in trouble now. He's completely left on the outside. Looks like Dustin Pickle has hopped out, and he's going to try and get up with Greenleaf. They're going to try and work together, push a little bit more to the front. But you can see Tyler Connolly and Joey Israelison, Matt and Mingo kind of starting to separate a bit from Ricker. Jason Ricker's sort of that bridge between the two. And then right behind him you have Conover, Jocelyn, and I believe that is Giptil.
Yeah, he's up.
And then on the outside you've
14th.
got Pickle and Greenleaf.
Yes. Let's go back. Yeah, just a freight train now. Those two cars on the outside, it'd be interesting to see if they can make any ground up. I don't think so.
I don't think they're quite working together enough. They're not really getting nice and tight together. And it looks like Pickle's gonna drop down, and they're gonna basically go single file as Greenleaf's gonna get spit right out the back. Yeah, there goes Greenleaf. Although it might be, is he trying to leave space? Yeah, he left space for Greenleaf to slot in there. So those two doing the nice thing.
Well, he's probably looking for, maybe they work well together earlier or something, and he's, feeling it or whatever. Let's see.
Robin Dunn, 28. Number 22. Yes, that was Owen Bridges. He unfortunately is no longer in the race. As we make our way through lap 47, into that. So lap 48 right away here. We have Tyler Connolly, Joey Israelison, Matt Mingo, Jason Ricker, Brian Conover, Adam Jocelyn, Ethan Giptil, David Greenleaf, Dustin Pickle, and then Ed Connolly is your top 10. Biggest movers so far, Adam Jocelyn up 11 positions, Ed Connolly up 10 positions, and Roy Sprague up 9 positions.
Yeah, that's, those guys that started towards the back, like we said in qualifying, it doesn't really matter where you start here. As long as you can hang on.
We are on the back of Joey Israelison. You can see that wonderful Ford Mustang and Bingo's barbecue pushing up on him, backing off right in corners, which is what you want. Otherwise, you end up with spins and crashes.
Yeah, that's classic drafting right there, isn't it?
Yeah, just now Mingo needs to get up nice, tight. There it is, coming in for a little bump. Ooh, see back. Now he's got his little spoiler. There's a little bump. Oh, push. As he gives him a little push into the corner there.
What a great camera angle that is.
Oh, it's terrifying watching.
That's awesome.
With how much he's moving around, I'm like, I don't know if I wants to really bump that, but I think I'll whip it by here. Love these angles. Right on. This will be a fun one. Here you go. As you see the cars just go ripping past.
I mean,
187 miles per hour.
That really gives you the feel of what that banking is there. You know,
it's crazy. Even just like racing on it, you don't really feel like it's that much.
Right.
Like when you're in the car, when you're sitting on like the side or like looking at them from this angle, like almost sideways. Like,
yes.
It's a lot of banking. It's a very high banking. You fit in. I mean, the IRL Daytona, they'll be 3 wide for numerous low speed, and so it's there's a lot of track surface too up to that banking.
Right.
So it's a lot to do. And we got a lap of 50.
Halfway.
We're just about to finish halfway here. Stick with Connolly, Israeli, St. Mingo, Richter, Conover, Guptill actually just making his way past Conover, as it looks like Dustin Pickle is going to join him on the outside. Maybe. No, not quite. They're going to be a little too far back. I think Guptill is going to now slowly start to drop back there as he's not close enough to really side draft, but he might be able to slide in there. He's back in the 7th inning, Greenleaf, Pickle, Connolly, and then we do have our next group bracket and Connolly a little further back, and then you've got DeSanto and Sprague a little further back than that.
Yeah, I think
they really come back out though.
I think at this point they, they're settling in and just gonna knock off some of these laps and then race for it at the end. I mean, we're this lead pack here now. We're down to what do we got? 10 cars in this pack. Is that right?
I think 9, yeah. Dustin
9.
Pickle, kind of your last driver there.
Let's go back and check on these other guys, see how they're doing back there. Those two are still running nose to tail, but they are losing the draft. They need a caution. They need a caution bad.
Yeah, let them catch back up, or we'll see what ends up happening to the. I'm assuming. Okay, so everyone's pit lap 37.
So let's see.
Most of them it was pretty light on fuel. I think Ethan Guptill, he's last pit on 31. So I can see a lot of these guys coming up a little bit here.
This will give us a nice angle to see how far they are. But look at this. You can't even see. The other guys are way up there in turn 4.
Oh, wow, yeah.
In fact,
a little bit of space.
I would say
I think that that first pack might start reeling them in here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think the lead pack's gonna catch these guys pretty quick. Let's see where they're at. See if we can get a shot of them. They're coming. They're down the back straight right now.
Looks like Dustin Pickle's having himself an incident. He's dropped completely by himself now too.
Did he?
And he's like alone.
Oh, yeah, he sure did.
Not sure what happened. It looks like he just kind of lost connection with the draft, and once you do that, you're in big trouble. So.
I'm trying to see something where, let's see if this shows us.
I didn't see anything, but.
See if this shows us anything here.
But Tyler Consi, Israelison, Matt Mingo.
Yeah,
still holding on to those top 3.
Yeah, I can't seem to find a spot where whatever happened.
I wasn't able to see anything either. It looked like he kind of just got kind of
Well, he went.
a little high coming off a corner and then wasn't quite able to reel back in.
Yeah, he's in that. He was in that pack right there. I'm just trying to see in this replay if we can see where he was at, but I don't know. That's unfortunate because he's in trouble.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's going to be dropping back very quickly now.
Let's see where those guys are behind him. Okay.
But it's going to get up connected to this group, yeah. So they'll have a little crack of 3 of them, and they'll be able to kind of push a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe that's going to be good for him. Maybe they're clearly going to hook up now. If they, the question is are they going to let him tag on, or are they just going to drive on by? I think there's something wrong there, though. I'm not sure that he's up to speed right now.
Well, he is definitely not. He's got to be careful. He might lose this too.
Yeah, doesn't seem like he's staying. Well, maybe he is. We'll stay with it for a second. I was going to go back up front, but see what happens to him here. He was up there.
Looks like he might be starting to pull him back.
Yeah, maybe. That's all right.
Okay, so he
might hang on there.
Connected to this guy's now, so that'll be good for him. He'll be able to kind of hold on to these guys and move from there as we are back up at the front. You can see Joey Israelson and Matt Mingo, Jason Ricker just behind, Tyler Connolly just up front. There he is, and that Tide livery there, the little Pennzoil behind him, and a nice tasty barbecue.
Yes.
Just behind him.
Well, I'm based out of Texas, so.
Oh, you might know something about barbecue.
Yeah, it makes me want some. I know that.
Oh yeah.
Super Bowl Sunday. I might ask the wife if she'll run down to or send our son down to one of the local barbecue joints and pick up a little for the Super Bowl. That'd be a good.
Wife and I made hot dog burn ends.
Oh, nice, yo.
Super Bowl.
Well, you and I'll have to privately talk about smoking and stuff then.
I gotta get my smoker back up and running. My igniter went on it, so I had to get a new one, and it's been cold, and I haven't bothered to sit outside and take apart half my smoker to get to it.
You have a pellet smoker, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I use a pellet smoker myself, which is almost a cardinal sin here in Texas.
Yes. Thankfully, up in Alberta,
we got a caution.
We got a caution.
I
did not see why.
No, I didn't either. Okay.
Well, it looks like Ed Connolly had an issue.
Well, let's see. Maybe. Oh, Dustin Pickle.
Brackett. Looks like Brackett and Connolly were pushing, and let's see who ends up.
Yeah, that whole crew had been running together.
Brackett got a little loose. Connolly went a little down. Unfortunately, that sent him up into the wall, and well, that's not what you want. So, unfortunately for Ed Connolly, he is going to have to hop in and get some repairs done.
I'm afraid that, unfortunately for Ed, that might finish his day off. He hit the wall pretty hard there.
Last time I drove Daytona, was in a charity race a couple weekends ago, and same thing happened to me. Actually, it was last weekend. Never mind. Yep, I was running, although I wasn't even with anybody. I was by myself. Someone just got tagged, shoved down right in my back quarter panel, spun me up into a wall, then back down, and I had another car just run right through me and destroyed the engine. 87 laps of 100. I was so mad. I was in first place. I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, that's
first place of my class.
That's horrible.
We're doing a multi-class Daytona.
You know, you talked about that the other night. That actually kind of sounded fun, especially since they BOP'd the field, you know, so they were all relatively close. That's interesting. Yeah. So pretty much
everybody pitted. It was very difficult to do bump
here.
Drafting because you had like 3 different styles of car. But made it a little trickier that way.
Yeah, no, that would be weird. That would be weird, yeah. That would be fun though. I don't know. I wouldn't want it to count as a league race or anything, but if like a little fun run or something, like week 13 fun run or something, that'd be fun. Okay. So after everybody pitted here, Mingo, of course, looks like made it out first.
Matt Mingo going to take over the lead. He's got Conover and Connolly behind him. It's Realison pulling up in fourth of our Curious Kids.
Yep, settling down.
So it was which Connolly was the one we wanted? Ed Connolly, the one car.
Yes, Ed.
So we'll see if he ends up coming back out. Don't think so. He had a good chunk of damage, so he's going to be there for a little while, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see if we shot up. Probably not. There we go. Yeah, no, he's
Good chunk on that front end.
yeah. And who's up behind him? That's
I think that's
one of the Dirty
Matthew.
Dicks cars.
Yeah, that's Matthew Vinot's car.
Okay, yeah, he's been out basically for a little while now.
Yeah. Rick Thompson Jr.'s car is still in there. He's a little further up. His front end is very still a mess.
Is it? Let's see where he's at.
Yeah, he's in the pits having himself a nice time.
Yeah,
Tea, coffee, maybe some, I don't know what Florida, maybe some fried gator.
right? Well, I'm from Louisiana. I've definitely eaten my fair share of fried alligator.
Oh, there you go. Oh, wait a minute. Is that who I just saw come ripping out there? Is that, did I just see Ed Connolly?
Did he?
I saw a black car go ripping by. So
Well, there are two black cars in the race, but
no, Ed Connolly is back out.
that's awesome.
That is
What
doing what he can.
he might be trying to not get lapped here.
Yeah, it looks
and
like that's
go
kinda his
back in.
plan.
I mean, it's still got some damage on it.
Yes.
If I don't really have a zoom that I can get super close on him.
And his damage is all on the other side too, from where would they like to show it?
Yeah, right, of course. I tried. I missed him. Here he comes at 180 miles an hour. I mean, he's clearly back up to speed. He's running 170 miles an hour right now, so.
Yeah, he's doing all right for
yeah,
sure.
no, he's seems to be. That's crazy because he took a big lick there, man.
He did. But
Wow.
I guess we'll see what he's able to do.
I mean, yeah, he's trying to catch. He's going to catch back up, and that's surprising.
Yeah. I mean, if you can really hold the draft, that'll also help. And if you're not first in the lineup, like if you're second, you can really utilize that draft to sort of keep you going without too much of an issue.
Right.
But you definitely have to hold the draft, otherwise you're in trouble.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, 170, whatever he was running there, 172, 173 with nobody around him, I would say that's probably good enough to hold on to some of these cars in the draft for sure. I mean, because a lot of these guys at this point have a little bit of damage, just from bumping into each other a little bit and stuff. Even the bump draft, it does a little damage to the nose after a while.
Yes, and we are back green here. As Matt Mingo does take us off the start. He's going to get passed by Conover. It looks like Conover and Guptill are able to really push well together. Is Conover going to be that guy? And abandon Guptill there, but it looks like Mingo's sort of still holding on, so they can't neither one can really go down. Greenleaf just behind Matt Mingo as they're trying to come up to the backstretch, see who's going to get a better sort of exit there, as Realison was coming up to give a bump to Guptill, but then Guptill moved, or Guptill, sorry, as they go ripping by here. Let's see who comes out for the tri-oval. If they're able to really push that. Not quite able to get by coming out of the trial, unfortunately.
No, they're literally running side by side right now.
Greenleaf really needs to get up a little bit closer to Matt Mingo to really help him out. We're on lap 62.
If he, you got that outside. Oh, they're all over the place now.
They moved out of the way, and Dustin Pickle went flying by.
Yeah, he did.
Him and Richter, and I believe that's Alan Gosselin on the outside. Back number 3, just cruising. Dustin Pickle has now taken over the lead from Conover. see this bottom line's got a little bit more pushing power as they do have a little longer line, but it's all going to come down to who can work the closest together. So that outside line looks a little squirrely, and you can see it, that bottom line moving just a little bit faster between Conover and Guptill. Matt Mingle gets in there as Justin Pickle and Ricker slot down just behind them. Leaves, unfortunately, I believe that was Brackett who was on the outside. He got, Jocelyn on the outside got kind of dropped a little bit. He was able to slot in behind Greenleaf, though. This group here now starting to create some separation. Israelison somehow ended up off the back, and he's not out of it, but not super close to Tyler Connolly.
He's got a smiley face on the back of his car. Right under a Chevy logo.
Yeah. Nice.
That's funny. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see where. Back here with Adam. Yeah, they're kind of spread out, hadn't they?
Yeah, it's this front section. I mean, Conover and Guptill are within a 100th of us, or within a 10th of each other, and then Mingo's a little further back, Pickle's a bit further back, Ricker's further. Like there's lots of gaps starting to form.
Yeah, it definitely is. So let's see.
Which, I mean, as the numbers start dropping,
well, they are, but they're still kind of, it's just like it kind of spread out a little bit, like a spring, or a slinky or something, it just kind of expanded out a little bit, but they're all still right there. They hadn't really grouped off yet, but Israelison has lost that pack a little bit.
Yeah, he's definitely lost that pack. It looks like Roy Sprague and Ed Connolly now kind of trying to work together. Dan DeSanto at the very back, he's alone with some damage, so he's definitely bleeding time at this point. Brackett's kind of gotten dropped off the back end of this entire front pack here as Tyler Connolly. He's also kind of in no man's land. Israelison has at least caught back up to this main group, and he's right behind Adam Jocelyn. Sorry.
Greenleaf and oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say Greenleaf blinking a little bit, so he's gotta keep an eye on that.
Well, I was thinking to myself here. I reached over just now to grab a sip of drink while we're talking. And I'm thinking, Israelison caught right back up there when he wanted to. I wonder, like he could have been taking a little break, maybe getting a sip of water or something, so he drops back to the back of his pack so he doesn't, maybe if he's squirrely while he's taking a drink or eating a snack or whatever, that happens too. So, because he clearly is right back up to speed here again. So, Oh,
Pickles! I don't know what happened to Pickle there, but he went flying to the outside.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, he's
gonna drop very quickly to the back here.
All the way back.
Yep. I mean, it's a smart move, especially like if you're trying to save some fuel. It makes sense. You want to be at the back of there and use as much draft as you can. You can kind of lift going into those corners a lot more than when you're up near the front. But he needs to really kind of stay low. He keeps moving to the outside. Even did it again coming out of that. Not really sure what his game plan is out there.
I think he may be hoping somebody jumps out there with him, but at this point,
he's pretty content.
Yeah, I think so. 30 more laps, they'll jump out there with him.
That's true. Yeah, he does have lots of time if he needs to make his way up as we come on to lap 38 here. Or sorry, 38, 68.
We lost 30 laps somewhere.
Yeah. I was looking at the 3 car of Joey Israelison and saw the 3. I was like, 38, yeah. It was not car 38.
Indeed.
As they are, you can now see up in the right corner there on the map. Looks like some bigger gap starting to form. Looks like Connolly starting to come back a little bit to Brackett, I believe. And then there's another gap between Brackett and Sprague of a few seconds, and then you've got a almost 10-second gap to DeSanto. So a few big gaps starting to show up outside of this little front pack here, and even the front pack. It looks like Conover and Guptill starting to make a little bit of movement. Nothing too crazy. It's still fairly close, but a little further back, if you're Connolly, Brackett, Sprague, and DeSanta, you're not really excited about having to drive the rest of this by yourself.
No, that's a tough spot to be in right now because there's not a lot of cars out there on the track. You know, we've lost half the field almost, basically. So it's a lot harder to find a running partner if you happen to fall off the draft or something.
And Ed Connolly is back into the pits there, so not sure he's going to be doing a whole lot. Not sure how long he'll be in there, but it'll be a minute or two as he is now officially a lap down.
Yeah.
Almost two.
Yeah, he must have had a little too much damage on there to be able to, to run with those guys.
Roy Sprague all alone as well. He's not really getting much help from anyone. It looks like Brackett and Connolly are almost connected now, so they might be they'll probably look to start trying to work together. Greenleaf looks like he might be actually falling off the back of this pack as well, unless he's able to get caught up. There he goes. Yeah, he's closing back in. I was worrisome for a second.
I think he's all right there. You know, he was probably having a Klondike or something while he's out there. It's hot in Florida, you know.
What would you do for a Klondike?
Right now, a lot. Be really happy to have one.
That's fair.
Go back up here to the front and see what's happening. I tell you what, let's do this. Let's go. Check out what Conover's doing here. I like that helmet. I don't know. It looks, whatever it is, it's kind of cool looking. Let's see what he sees here.
Racing going ripping past him.
That's what he saw.
Pickle. Yeah.
I mean,
saw that one real
as
close.
Railison was hanging on to the back of his pack barely a few minutes ago, and now look at him. He's just blowing by to the lead.
Yeah. I told you that outside line in these next-gen cars is real strong if you can work together. You see Pickle and Israelison have jumped up, and Ricker is also up in there. And Matt Mingo looks like he got left out on his own a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Unfortunately, as he's starting to drop back, and now he is very much on his own back there. And Connolly, sorry, not Connolly, but Conover went from leading this pack to last in the pack. So
nobody's
walked around real fast.
Nobody opened the door to let Mingo back in either. They were just, see ya, tag on to the end, come back later. But that's all they're doing right now is they're basically just shuffling positions, you know.
It could 100%, just shuffle positions, trying to save fuel when you can. Allow someone else to be in the lead for a bit. As Raylison, I know he does enjoy himself at the front.
Yeah,
most of us do.
Clearly, he runs well at the front. We've seen a little bit of that. Like I said, I haven't covered a race hardly where he wasn't just tearing up the front of the field, you know.
Yeah, he is bloody quick.
Apparently, he's versatile too.
Yeah, manages to do quite a few.
Yeah, this is quite
short track, long track, don't matter.
Right, quite a bit different than what we've seen him in recently, and the results. Well, I won't say the results are the same, but certainly he loves running up front. He's good at running up front.
Definitely is. As we
let's see what this does.
Almost at lap 75, 3/4 of the way done.
Wow, yeah, we are, huh? We've had some decent green flag runs. I mean, we've had a couple of cautions here or there, but nothing, no crazy Daytona stuff too much.
Yeah.
I mean, it can get stupid here fast, if they don't.
Oh yeah, it definitely can. You get it's always my biggest fear. That's why when the 500 will run, I'll turn down the force feedback on my wheel. Just because I know I'll take a little bit of feeling out of the car, but save my hands.
Yeah, right. wonder if there's anything else on the JP Broadcasting Network this evening. I know I normally do a race on Sunday evenings, but I think we're off to the Super Bowl. I imagine most of these series have taken the evening off for the Super Bowl.
So I know, yeah, after this I'm gonna head out go to our Super Bowl party we got going on tonight.
Yeah, mine's gonna be right down in my chair in the living room.
Yes, not bad, not
Yeah.
bad. Oh,
oh no! Look at this!
I just saw the glimpse of that.
Yeah.
It looked like Guptill, and I think that might have been Matt Mingo. Just getting a little connected up on that high line.
Oh, that's it's my Ford livery there. I like so much. Guptail.
Yeah, it looks like they were pushing. Guptill goes low.
Let's see if this shows us.
Really a block.
That's wrong angle.
It looks like Guptill kind of went into the middle lane. Mingo stayed up and got a little bit more speed when Mingo tried, or Guptill tried to come back up a little bit, and Mingo unfortunately was right there, and there's just not much you can really do if you're Matt Mingo. But
I was trying to.
Oh, it looks like maybe Mingo came down a touch on him.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I wanted to slow this down a little bit and just look, see what. I don't know. It's Daytona, man. These cars are moving all over the place. I'd have to go back and say that's a racing incident. I don't know that's really a egregious offense or anything.
No, not at all. But 24 to go, 6th caution.
So they should be. We should have some pitting going on, huh?
I would assume if most of these cars should be able. If you pit now, you should be good. Done to the end of the race here.
Yeah, they should be.
Oh yeah, Leroy Sprague was just in the pits. Looks like he's back out now.
So these guys are.
Connolly's still there.
These guys are. Oh yeah, they come right here. Okay. I was gonna say we think they were gonna pit. Why is the red light flashing like the pits are closed?
I don't know.
That was weird. Did you see that?
I did, yeah.
Well, if it's going to get somebody, it's going to get all of them. So I guess.
Yeah, may as well just go for it, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, at that point. Oh, somebody's ripping a burnout out of there.
Always my favorite. Just full send.
Right.
And Adam Jocelyn now takes the lead coming out of the pit lane there.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to be. We hadn't talked a ton about him up in the front. He was up there earlier. I know we had the number issue. He's rolling with the 88 on the car, but he's listed in the program here as the 83.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice car though.
Yeah, no, it's good.
It's pretty.
Still got most of the fenders on it too. That's important.
Even better right now.
That's important around here right now. So let's see. We got Ricker, and it's going to be in third. Matt Mingo here. Let's zoom in a little bit on these guys. So you got Brackett in fifth.
Yeah, it looks like Greenleaf, DeSanto, Guptill, and Ed Connolly are all still in the pits. I think DeSanto and Greenleaf now are on their way out, though.
Well, I'm sure Guptill got some damage from that because he got turned sideways, and that was Mingo he was involved with, but we didn't see any real. Mingo certainly didn't spend much time in the pits. Wasn't that Mingo he was involved with there?
Yes, yeah, but Mingo seems like he had no problems at all. So I think it's just because he hit the wall and like Mingo just kind of
Hit him.
was there. Yeah. So, well, it looks like Tyler Connolly is also back into the pits. Roy Sprague is out. So, as of it looks like Guptill is also back out.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I don't think
Oh,
his
he's got a
damage.
pretty banged up front end still.
Oh, does he? Let's go
It's
see. Oh yeah.
yeah, that the right hand side looks pretty ugly. Greenleaf is back out. DeSanto is back out. Tyler Connolly is on his way back out.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get a shot of that. I don't think.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up
there
looking
it
right
is.
now.
Yeah, well, we'll see. He was obviously all these guys have been competitive all night. You know, this pack has stayed together.
Yeah, we'll see how much he's able to kind of continue to do so.
Yeah, I hope he's able to stay up there. Just when they got all back together, we still got a decent little pack here together. If they would all run together, you know. But that is a nice looking car. Look at that. Got the little specks of paint on it. The black. I like that. Oh, it's kind of like color
eggshell
changing.
kind of looking.
Yeah, it's cool. That's a nice look. Railison seems to find his way back up to the front.
It's where he's just always there.
He is. Even at Daytona, man. You know?
Yeah.
Well, the lights are off, so we're probably going to go green here.
Alrighty. Last 22 laps to go. We got Jocelyn, Israelson, Ricker, Mingo, Brackett, Pickle, Conover, Greenleaf, DeSanto. And there we are. It is green. No one really moved. That seemed like a very delayed restart. As now we are going. Israelson already pushing, and he has taken the lead on that outside lane. Him and Matt Mingo working together. Looks like pushing back forward, though, as he has now gotten alongside. That outside line looks a lot more put together, especially Mingo and Israelson.
Well, that's true. They guys have worked off and on all night together, and we know they draft fast, you know. So that's gonna be a tough duo right there if they can stay together.
Pickle has stayed with them for the most part. We got the 3 cars now. You've got Greenleaf, Connolly, Guptill, Connolly dipping down on the inside now. He is behind the 31 car of Brackett. We do have Conover coming now underneath Greenleaf, which unfortunately I think Greenleaf almost got left out. Connolly decides to hop back out. I don't think it's going to be quite enough. It looks like Greenleaf starting. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Guptill just kind of moves to the outside. Not really sure where he was hoping to go there.
Maybe get out of the...
Oh! 3 wide. Yeah, that's it. I was like, oh, that's not great.
Oh,
that's not what you really wanted to see.
Back there, almost looked like he scuffed the wall there. Greenleaf. That's up the Klondike car now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sliding on back in there.
Slotted on back
I mean, Guptail there. I'm surprised he's able, with the damage he's got, to stay out with these. I tell you what, I wouldn't be jumping out of line right now, though.
I mean, he's connecting back up with Connolly and
flying.
Brackett. He's got Conover behind him.
He's flying.
Well, he's now pushing. He is flying.
Front end tore up. They must have put the bear bond on there because he was rolling.
I think they put unicorn wishes on that
I
thing.
know, right?
It's just gone. Although now he's smack in the middle.
Yeah, that's
best spot. Looks like Brackett and Connolly now the lead. Greenleaf dropping out the back of your screen there.
Israelison's not he's not picky. He said I'll take Brackett and run with him for a little while.
Hopefully he jumps up in front of Connolly. I know him and Connolly have worked quite a bit today. No, he jumps back in line. As soon as I say it, he's
right.
Like, nah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, Brackett up at the front. Israelis and Connolly, Mingo, Guptill, Pickle, Conover, Jocelyn, Ricker, Greenleaf, DeSantos, Sprague as our top 12 that we have left running.
Israelison just said, "The heck with that. I'm gonna jump on up here," and Tyler Connolly slots right in behind him.
Those two have worked quite well together. I mean, got Guptill is really pushing. We have a late 17 laps to go.
Yeah, we're getting down to it now. I love it, man. I get so excited at this point in the race.
Well, this is where
you know it's
all
coming
for the big bucks. Oh yeah, I'm going to guarantee at least one more caution in this.
No, let's go. Let's go green.
I'd love to. Let's do it. We'll see how it works out.
Yeah, you're probably right. Oh, I thought we were about to have one right there.
Yeah, no, managed to keep it out of the walls and keep it out of each other, which is good. We have fallen into now just a single straight line.
Yeah, but they're planning right now.
Oh yeah, Matt Mingo, he's looking to the outside. Yeah, go. He's trying to get kind of an idea of who's looking to move.
Well, he got shuffled back there, you know. Him and Israelison was out front 2 laps ago. Now he's shuffled back to the 7th. Who's he? The question is, who's he going to go with? He's got Richter behind him. He's got Conover in front of him. Who came out with him?
Pickle and Mingo. And Greenleaf now, they're on that outside line and see if they're able to make anything work. Guptill.
Oh, Guptill. He saw him. Guptill saw him coming and said, "Let me jump out there on that outside line too."
And you took Conover with them, and they're all now running.
Oh, there it is. There
goes Guptill. Is he gonna save it?
Come on, man, slow down. He didn't even
on that.
He didn't even lift. Oh my gosh.
And somehow we're all moving forward with no real issues yet. So.
He didn't even lift. He took off across the infield. And he didn't even lift.
Crazy. Well, they're somehow still moving forward.
That's
Not sure
hilarious.
how that worked out, but...
Wow.
It's broken up this, so you have Israelson and Connolly now completely ahead, and then...
Oh, yeah.
You got this big group. Pickles dropping back to the behind bracket here. Guptill and Greenleaf have slowly kind of fallen off. DeSantos way back now. And Sprague is, he's doing his thing.
Let's see here.
Yeah, Guptill kind of comes down on bracket.
Yep.
Spins off of Pickle. Right down onto the infield. He kind of comes up. I thought he was going to take out bracket when he came back up because he just kind of kicks up. But it looks like he actually was able to hold the speed and
he just slotted back in. Oh, man.
Matthew Vinot is probably sitting there going, man, where was this when I got taken out?
I know, right? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah, why couldn't you do that? Why couldn't you do that when you got me? Now that was entertaining right there. I got a kick out of that. Let's go on board with Ricker and see what he's looking at up here. 188 miles an hour in the turn.
Jeez.
That's awesome.
So quick.
Yeah.
This little group now, and yeah, Guptill and Greenleaf, unfortunately, it looks like they've been moved off the back. Matt Mingo's starting to lose a little bit of pace. I think he's still holding on to the draft, which is good, but you've got Israelison and Connolly, Ricker, Jocelyn, Brackett, Conover, Mingo, all still involved in this. We make our way through. Only 12 laps to go.
Yeah, Mingo's hanging on to this little pack. He's the last car back there. He's trying to find him a running buddy. Oh,
Conover, and Mingo deciding to make their move. They've gotten past Brackett, trying to reel in Jocelyn. That little group of two on the outside. I mean, if they can work together, this inside lane's pretty broken up. not real super close together yet.
Oh, oh, there's a hole.
He slots on in, and Mingo gets left completely by himself, so he's going to have to tag on to the back of this group, or he's going to get dropped behind even further.
I thought Conover was wrecking there for a second. He dove in that hole so fast.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was like, well, I guess caution's coming out right away here.
Yeah. Well, let's see. We're down to 11 to go. It's time to get... Man, Mingo's out there in that outside line. He's dying to have somebody jump out there and run with him.
He made his way past Brackett. I don't think he's quite going to be able to get past anybody else. And
oh, he slid in.
Man,
Everybody's
I don't know how he slid down in that space. Is tight.
Everybody's slotting in front of Brackett, man. Poor guy. He's just driving along, trying to leave a little space, waiting for the big one to happen, and everybody keeps diving in that hole. It's like being on the freeway and being an 18-wheeler driver in traffic. Every time traffic starts to move, they dive in front of the 18-wheeler guy.
Yeah, I don't. I like my life too much to be doing that.
They do it though.
Oh, I know they do. It's painful to watch. Brackett looking like he might be having some problems here.
Yeah,
he's lost a little bit of pace.
Nobody
kind of holding on, but
nobody will jump out there with Mingo.
That outside line is fast. If you get someone to go with you, you can really put some damage on that inside lane.
Nobody's just. Let's go up here and see what's happening up here. Just reeling them off right now, and shocking.
Yeah, it's Reelison, Connolly, they're just doing what they can.
I know if you're new to the Maine sim racing league, you probably are shocked that Joey Israelison's out front right now.
Yeah, not that shocking anymore.
Not so much, huh?
No, they're pretty quick.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, we've got, it looks like about 4 different groups. So we've got this little group here, though it looks like Mingo and Brackett kind of falling off the back a bit. But then you've got your next group is Pickle and Guptill, and then you've got DeSanto further back, Sprague. It looks like Greenleaf's actually in the pits. Not sure if he received any damage. Car looks okay.
It's not a good angle to do that.
Dan DeSanto, he's still running. Yeah, he's kind of left by himself. Oh, Guptill's coming into the pits too.
Yeah. He looked off there a little bit when we clicked on him running through the field just now. He looked off, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage on that front end.
Yeah.
Oh. Stop in time for his pit. Oh, he did. Okay. I was like, I saw him go whipping by. He's getting some new tires thrown on his car. As you can see, Joey is
he could be planning for that caution. A little strategy there.
Nope. He is his car has been parked.
Oh,
he's done for the day. So
I was looking for some excitement there. Maybe he's going to get some freshies, and when everybody, but now he's. Oh, Mingo tried to jump out there in front of Brackett. The thing for Mingo is, I don't see anybody back here that he can run with that can get to the front.
Not massively, no. He almost needs someone to just hop in behind him.
Yeah, I mean, but the problem is the guys that are behind him right now, I don't think can push him to the front.
No, and that's kind of the thing.
I think
he almost needs that. He needed Pickle to still be up here.
Yes, or if he can hook up with maybe say Jocelyn or something like that. But he's back to the point now where I don't know that there's anybody behind him that or around him that can push him or they can go to the front. I don't think he and Conover can get there. Maybe, but we haven't seen a lot of hard moves out of Conover unless he's I feel like Jocelyn is the guy that if Mingo's going to try to get up front, he needs to try to somehow get to Jocelyn. Because clearly, when this is all said and done, Conley and Israelison are going to stay together from this point on until Conley decides to make his move on Jocelyn, which would be, Israelison. Which he shouldn't do it now. He'd wait till a lap to go or something.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting what they're able to do and if they're able to get their way out. Although it looks like they're going to try it.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens.
Although immediately as soon as they do that, Bracket moves up ahead of both of them, and they have to fall back in as they've reached now. I believe that's Sprague.
Ooh, man. That's dangerous, though, the way those cars are wiggling and being that close if you just touch them, you know. That happened earlier with Mingo. Oh, look at this. Lap car. Is that a lap car? Yes, lap car there.
Yeah, it's Sprague there up on the high line. He kind of just smartly gets out of the way, lets them do their thing. But now look at that. Conover and Mingo, they've actually made their way up to the front.
Pardon me while I eat my words.
Yeah, no kidding. Conover actually takes the
lead.
He actually came back up and helped Mingo. I thought he was going to leave Mingo there, too. Looked like he was going to.
They were fast together, man. They got right up there.
Yeah, that took like no time.
Look at Israelison trying to side draft him there.
Yeah, trying to give him a little bit of a slowdown.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, there goes a block out of Conover. Mingo kind of left out to dry. Now he's going to drop all the way back. He's side drafting with Tyler Connolly, trying to create some space. Israelison just went, I'm out.
Yeah.
And took right off after Conover.
To be honest, Mingo!
Mingo got a bump out of Tyler Connolly. Then Ricker kind of came up a little bit as well. That sent Mingo up to the wall. Yeah, we've got 3 to go, and now things are getting real spicy.
Oh yeah, it's getting going now.
As they come up on another lapped car of, I believe that's Dan DeSanto.
Yeah, it's not near as peril of a situation. They're not near as dangerous of a situation as they were running side by side when they passed that last one.
Yeah, Matt Mingo, unfortunately, now all the way at the very back. Conover now holding on to P3. He's going to have Ricker trying to chase him down. Jocelyn, Bracket, Mingo, Pickle. That's in DeSanto. I think Ed Sprague is actually headed to the pits. I'm not sure if he's just parked it or what.
Yeah, at this point, it's obviously out
basically
of the race,
these top 8, and that's pretty much what you got left. And really, it's the top 7. Pickle is a little further back. He's in a bit of a pickle.
There it is. It had to happen.
My wife glared at me the moment I said it. She's right beside me. She just shook her head at me. It's like, oh god. Israelison and Connolly definitely making some moves. Conover just drives straight up into the wall. Not really sure what that plan was.
They went 3 wide back there. What are they doing?
Yeah, no idea. Ricker is
2 to go, and you're
somewhere in the middle. Bracket's starting to make a move as he's slotted up on the inside.
They just fell off the lead cars by doing that.
Jocelyn, he slots in behind Bracket and Mingo, and that almost ended up ugly. And here we are. White flag is out. This is our final lap. Connolly and Israelison have been working really well together. We're going to have to see how this works. Bracket and Jocelyn have moved up.
Oh, here we go.
Jocelyn looks to the outside, almost gets taken out as Bracket kind of moves up. Oh, this could get interesting. Connolly's now pushed up to the lead as we get onto the back straight. Jocelyn pushing behind him. All 4 of the cars that have moved up. Now we're going 3-ish wide, kind of. Mingo looks like he's trying to. Jocelyn throws a little bit of a block. As Connolly.
Israelison was leading, and in a quarter of a lap, he's back in 5th in a quarter of a lap.
Jocelyn slides underneath.
Oh, here we go.
On the straightaway. Now we're getting spicy. Now we're like 4.5 wide here as this bottom lane. Unfortunately for Ricker, he's getting kind of squished up into the wall. Jocelyn is pushed up. Israelison is out, apparently. He's got nowhere to go. There's no help. Jocelyn up in the very front here. It looks like, yeah, Jocelyn is going to take it.
Yes.
Massive. Massive win for Jocelyn.
That's awesome.
I am massive. Yeah, Jocelyn, Mingo, Bracket, Connolly, Ricker, Israelison, Conover. That is not exactly the lineup I had going into that last quarter lap there.
No, I'd said earlier I thought that that Jocelyn was, going to be able to get to the front, had the car to get to the front, and I thought Mingo would run with him. And look who it is up front now, Jocelyn Mingo.
Yep.
What that was a nice run, man. That was quite entertaining. Oh, there he goes. Have a little fun. Yeah. Tear that infield up. Nice. There we go.
That's a great.
Yeah, that's a fantastic.
Great time.
Oh, look, they're going.
We're gonna get all three. There we go. Jocelyn, Mingo, and Brackett. There's a screenshot for you.
Yeah, right there. Trying to find a great angle of it.
It's a starter cam. Nope, that's a little too far off.
Yeah, no, there's the problem is that everything's from the grandstand above them, which you can't really see too well. But no, those are good
cams. There you go. Yeah, there's a nice photo for it.
That's awesome.
Massive congratulations to them.
Let's see what that looks like. Nose to nose. Yeah, that was what a finish, man. Funny there that Jocelyn just, Israelison just got shuffled out, man.
Oh, he just got sent straight to the back. Yeah, that was
wow.
Not what everyone was expecting, but
no, great finish though, man.
Great finish, lots of fun.
Yeah,
and clean.
Yeah, good stuff all the way around.
Even better was a clean finish too.
Yeah, no green white checkers, no stupidity, you know.
Crazy after the white and stuff. So no, that's good.
So
well, with that,
yeah,
I guess we shall bring in. We'll start off with our third place finisher in Thomas Brackett. He had a fantastic race. It looked like he was almost going to get left behind when Mingo decided to make a move, but he manages to slot it on back, pull himself back up into P3. Thomas, how'd that one feel?
That was a rough race there for me. I went to the front, to the back, just repeatedly. Wound up front at the end, though, so I guess that's what counts.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was
just going to say absolutely.
I didn't give you a lot of credit there when you were running at the back of the pack behind Mingo. Mingo kept trying to get somebody to jump out there with him, and with about 10 to go or so, and you stayed cool and calm, made your move a little later than that, and you sure got a nice run, nice finish out of it, third place. A tough race, and got third out of it. That's great.
Yeah, I was trying to stick with Joey and Tyler there. They're my teammates in real life, so we try to run together.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, y'all. Good run, man. The third place tonight. That's fantastic. Big race. Still different than what y'all normally do. Everything's short track mostly, but this is nice. Anybody you want to shout out to while we got you in here?
Yeah, I got to thank Boss Dog Racing and JSR Services. My family. I guess that's it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations. Go get you some of that Super Bowl food and watch a little football this afternoon.
Yep. All right. You guys have a good one.
You too, man.
That was our third place finisher. Now we'll bring in our phenomenal second place finisher. He seemed to keep wanting to try and make moves. Guys would go with him and then leave him behind, and it was kind of a little mean, but it's racing, I guess. Mingo, congratulations on second place. How'd that feel for you?
I definitely would have rather gone one more forward, but we'll take a second.
Yeah,
one more forward would be nice.
You were seemed like you were the whole race really constantly trying to find somebody. You were wanting to make moves the whole time. You know, you didn't really slot in too much. You were always popping out, trying to find somebody to go with you.
Yeah, I mean, trying to get those, draft relationships going early. See if you work with somebody a decent amount early, you might get somebody to go with you late, but at the end, no one wanted to go.
Yeah, no, you kept popping out.
No one wanted to wait.
Yeah, I kept waiting for somebody to jump out there, and I even said at one point with about 10 laps to go, I said I didn't think that, because Brackett was behind you, I said I didn't think that Brackett could get you there, or I believe Conover was the other car that was up there. And I was like, no, he needs to get up to Jocelyn. I think him and Jocelyn can go to the front. And then in the end, it worked out that you two did get up there,
Yeah. I mean, I understand all of them. Adam and Ricker were working together,
Sure.
and then also Adam and Brian Conover are both teammates. So I knew that was they were probably gonna stay together, but just trying to get somebody to go, somebody to bite. But yeah,
Well,
it
you
worked out well.
provided some excitement because every time you popped out, we kept waiting for somebody to jump out there with you, and then, so that was cool. It made the end of the race more exciting for sure.
Yeah, I was in the same boat waiting for somebody to come out. But
You got anybody you want to shout out to while we got you in here?
Bingo's Barbecue and McConey Setup Shop.
Yeah, well, congratulations. Now go get you some of that barbecue. Sit down, watch the Super Bowl this evening.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. All right.
Right, and in this, we will bring in our much successful winner. He stayed out of trouble. Had, I think, one of the best of avoidances on. I can't even remember which caution it was, but I saw him whip through about 5 cars and somehow come out on the other side with no
Yes.
damage. So massive congratulations to Adam Jocelyn. How did that one feel for you?
Feels pretty good. Won this race last year. Well, that was a little bit cleaner race, but this one was just hold on and see what happens. I got in a pretty big wreck in the beginning of the race. I'm actually surprised still had some speed in it.
You that when they had that big wreck, is that the one that where it was like 6 or 7 cars? Is that the one that you slid through without getting any damage, or did you get caught up in that a little bit?
Was that the one on the front stretch?
Yes.
Yeah, those cars coming across the grass, off the wall, off the grass, coming back across the track, and I was just whipping the wheel left, right, yelling the whole way.
Yeah, I think we actually on one of the replays. You'll have to go back and watch the race tonight, but I think we went on board with you to watch you weave your way through there. That was pretty exciting. So
yeah, I was just saying I'm dead, and I came out the other side.
So 2 years in a row, huh? That's you must like super speedway racing.
Yeah, this group here, it's fun. It's a mixed bag of experience, so it changes up how the racing is, and it's pretty fun.
Yeah, well, congratulations. Who'd you like to shout out to while we have you in here?
Pearline Floors, Adrian Berry, Alicia Berry, Oxford County Homes, DNL Maine, Derek Neelan Racing, Evan Boyer Esports, and Jason Ricker for working with me the whole race there, and Brian.
Yeah, you had some teammates up there at the end too. That always helps a little bit for sure.
Yeah, we were communicating, and one of us was going to come out on top, and I didn't want to leave Ricker to hang out to dry there the lap to go, but I had the momentum, and I came over the mic, and I said, I got the momentum. I'm going to take this and see where it goes. Sorry, bud.
Well, but that's how super speedway racing is. If you stay out there, you probably get past. You have to kind of jump in front of the line that's moving if you got that momentum like that. So,
yeah, coming to the white flag, you ain't lifting.
No. So, yeah, congratulations. Great win for you. 2 years in a row. That's fantastic.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
See you later.
All right, and with that, we will allow everybody to go get themselves ready for the Super Bowl. Everyone needs their barbecue.
Yes,
I know that's going to be a thing.
Yeah, Bingo's going to have him a nice Super Bowl party.
Yeah, well, I would.
I know,
excited.
right? Yeah,
with that,
my wife just went and prepared or got our Super Bowl food. She was going to surprise me since we were doing this race, so it'll be. I'm excited to find out what we got for the Super Bowl this evening.
I'm excited. We're doing almost a potluck sort of style. So
nice.
We got our hot dogs. We'll head on down and see what everyone else made. So we will be back Thursday, February 20th. We will have 100 laps of South Boston Speedway in the late model stock cars.
Nice. South
I'm
Boston.
very excited for that one.
I love South Boston.
I'll work on that Boston accent. Forget how to say R's. Got it.
Yes. And remember to call the water cooler a bubbler.
Yeah, a bubbler.
Bubbler.
There you go. All right. So with that, we will let you guys go. Have yourselves a great rest of your evening. We'll hopefully see you all again on the track sometime. Have a good one.